Okay, I think we're good. I think we are live, and I think we are ready for some baseball, folks. How is it going? I am Dr. DeLay, and we've got you some elimination baseball for you as we have the Padres taking on the Cubs in the final game of the series. Winner goes on to Milwaukee, whereas the loser heads on home, joining the Reds, who did lose last night to the Dodgers. Covered that one. What is happening now in Cleveland? Detroit up 2-1 over Cleveland. So as of now, well, I should have had this put up already, but apparently I don't because I'm a bum. But let's see here. I had like my bracket and I filled it out, of course. I don't know. You guys could have done this. I guess I should have told it. Hey, you guys, I should have. That's on me. That's on me, folks. I should have put that in the. I messed up. I should have put that in my. I just clicked that. Should have put that in the polls or posts or whatever. Like, hey, we should all do this. That's on me. Anyway, so I did correctly pick the Dodgers over the Reds. Now my pick was Tigers over in the Indians, and right now that is currently appearing that might be happening. We'll see. And of course, I guess I'll be honest. Yeah, I picked the Padres over the Cubs. I thought they would win. But we'll see. Again, the Cubs, they don't look all that great, so looking for a bounce-back performance against the Padres. So we'll see what happens. How's it going, Magic Man, George Pearson? What is up, guys? Appreciate you guys. Hello, Dr. Bud. How's it going? Again, say hi to Pure Adrenaline Sports for me. I appreciate you checking on in. Kenneth, I'm doing all right. Kenneth pulling for the Padres. Do you sports bet? I do not. I do not sports bet. I live in a state that I can't, and even if I could, I probably wouldn't anyway. And then George going for the Cubs. So yeah, if I recall, the chat yesterday was pretty split on this game, half going for the Cubs, half going to the Padres. And why do I not have a poll up? Well, it's because again today I've been a bum. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put that poll up now. See here, that way I can see, and I apologize, this is unacceptable, but let's see here. If you like baseball, there we go. It's about to go up, folks. Okay, I never claimed to be a professional, but yeah, anyway, yeah, so definitely vote on that. Who are you pulling for? Padres or the Cubs? So I'll check on that in a little bit. It's such a crazy habit. Yeah, I know a lot of people kind of. That's another thing. It just kind of gets addicting, and yeah, I could see how that could be a problem. But you guys do what you want to do. You guys have been doing it. Do it. If you haven't been doing it, don't do it. That's pretty much my stance on it. I welcome, of course, sports bettors on the channel. Feel free to let me know. Hey, does this guy have a hit? Ask me that question. I don't mind answering because that's part of my job is to kind of tell you what's happening. So I don't mind at all if you guys tune in. I just won't be participating in those bets. But yeah, we're all ready for it. Again, the winner heads on to Milwaukee. So that'll be a good series. This was a good series already. Again, two teams that I think we all we can envision them holding up that World Series trophy. So one of them has to go home. So that's kind of like a bummer. We have to say goodbye to one of these teams that have done very well. The Cubs obviously had a really good start. The Padres have always been kind of consistently good. Didn't really reach the heights offensively that we would have probably thought. But, hey, their pitching has made up for it. Again, they've been a very good pitching team. The Cubs, of course, great offense, but I guess they kind of weren't the same down the stretch. But obviously it doesn't matter. Again, they're split today, and the winner moves on. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to be kind of sad that we have to say goodbye to one of these guys, but definitely was a great season for both. Delay, guess who's back for more? I'm going to assume it's RC. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Right now, checking the poll out, we actually have 4 votes for the Cubs, nobody for the Padres, but, I'm sure that'll change in the near future. Watching Caitlin Clark's exit interview of the season. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I've heard that stuff. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the WNBA. I don't care for it, but I did see the commissioner's statement about Caitlin. I mean, what an idiot. I mean, those people are going to fumble their biggest star because they are so stupid. They are just so stupid. So, hey, I'm all for it. If the WNBA crumbles and fumbles and stumbles, well, that's fine. They dug their own grave. So, but anyway, we're here for baseball, not my opinions on the WNBA. but yeah, again, let me know who you got today. Feel free to vote. First pitch should be in about 5 minutes. It was scheduled for 5:08 Eastern, 4:08 Central, 2:08 Pacific time for those of you tuning in from California. Obviously, Padres playing out there. So, yeah. And, of course, we can look at the statistics for the series. Not really all that great as far as offensive numbers go. Give me a sec. ESPN does have the Cubs winning, though the line right now actually on San Diego. So there is that. So interesting how ESPN and the line completely different. I was hoping we can get you the statistics for the year or for the series, but apparently we can't. That's kind of dumb, low key. All right, well, I can tell you what. This is what I'll do. I'll move my big fat face. We'll put it over here, and then we'll move this temporarily over here for now. But yeah, you can kind of see the batting averages. Tatis only batting 125, an OPS of 347. Arias 286, OPS of 572. I'll just leave out the OPS. But yeah, Machado 143, Merrill 200, Bogarts 375. He's the only guy above 300 for the Padres this series as of now. O'Hearn 167, Sheets, Cronenworth, they're looking for their first hits. Fermin 286. So, again, just kind of a struggle this series for offense for the Padres and really for the Cubs as well. I mean, looking at them, Bush batting 167, Horner 429, but he just hits anyway. That's what he does. Happ looking for his first hit. Tucker 143, Suzuki 286, Kelly 200. They, of course, both have home runs. Cromshaw looking for his first hit. Swanson, I think he's 2 for 6, I can't recall. And then Shaw looking for his first hit. So, again, a lot of just pretty much lack of offense for both teams this series. But you have to say goodbye. Yep, please don't bet the Cubs that they'll win. I don't know who was going to do that. I'm sure there will be people, though, that do it for both parties. All right, starting pitcher for the Padres, Yu Darvish. He's been around, I feel like, forever, and he is. He's 39 years old. 5-7, 3.77 ERA in his career. Now, for the season, it was a 5-5 record with a 5.38 ERA, but the WHIP was pretty good at a 1.18, so there is that. So I would try to – I know it's hard to see that 5. You're like, that's not all that good, but definitely much better than the stats or the ERA would indicate. And his opponent, the starting pitcher for the Cubs, a former Pirate, Jameson Taillon, in his career, 6.23 ERA in the postseason, but for this year, pretty good. A nice season for him. 11-7, 3.68 ERA, a WHIP of a 1.06. So that is your starting pitcher for the Cubs. And we're going to move me. Well, I mean, I guess I can keep me over here. I don't think it's a problem. Do you guys think it's a problem? Probably not. I just block their face. Yeah, we'll just put me back over here. We'll just do that. We'll grab. Oh my gosh, there we go. That's what I want. I wasn't moving what I wanted. But yeah, we are just a few moments away from first pitch, and it's not Michael Busch leading off because the Cubs are pitching. So the CTE is already acting up this early. Apparently, it's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. For the postseason. Again, as I said it earlier, that's nice. They're including those stats. It's great. Batting 125, OPS of 347, no homers, no RBIs. Again, it's been a very lackluster performance at the plate for both parties involved. So we are about to get ready for baseball. Here's the first pitch that swung on and hit to right, and that is out of play. And we are underway in Chicago. Again, a win and go home for both teams. Now we can be the Chicago Pirates. Nope. 0-1 count. Taillon kicks and deals. That's a swing and a miss. 85 on the cutter below the knees. Strike 2. And again, a scoring update. 2-1 is your score in Cleveland. Detroit over Cleveland. They have runners on second and third with one out. Now actually bases loaded. Here is the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out, chased the sweeper below the zone. So Tyone starts it off with a strikeout. Now batting is first baseman number 4, Luis Arraez, for so far the series, 2 for 7. Does have a stolen base as well. Tatis kind of rolling his eyes as here is the pitch. Taking all the way is Arraez. He doesn't like it. That is outside, but it's called a strike. Arraez again does that signature where he's just going to signature move, just taking all the way on random pitches. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That is high, and it's 1-1. This guy does not strike out. He also doesn't walk either, so there's that. It's really, you'll rarely see him on base without a single. Here's the 1-1. That is outside, and it's 2-1. Breaking ball that just missing pretty much in the right-handed batter's box. Tigers up 4-1. Okay, well, I haven't gotten the update over here. I'm sure it'll happen, though. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. 93 on the fastball. 2-2 is the count. Showing the wind, pretty much you can hit it anywhere except for the right field. Right field is pretty much hitting it, pushing it in. Everywhere else, it is out. So we might see some home runs today from some righties. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Cut on and once again fouled back. Arraez is just going to just make contact. That's what he does. It's impressive. It definitely is. I know he gets a lot of hate for it, and I know it's kind of weird that he does, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is 4-1 there in Cleveland. Detroit leading. Here's the 2-2. Cut on, and once again, fouling it off, just getting a piece of it late. Arraez again just poking the bat out there. Apparently he's batting .287 and 2 strike counts. That is just below his batting average, .292. That's very impressive. 2-2 counts. Tyone kicks and deals. Once again, fouled back. 93 up out of the zone. Again, Arraez just protecting. That's what he does. Again, he just pokes at it, pokes at it, until you get annoyed, and then you walk him. If he allows the walk, again, he'll chase out of the zone just to get the bat on it. 2-2 count. Tyone rocks and fires. Arraez sends this to center. Pete Crow Armstrong at the warning track. The ball's still going. Oh, he makes the catch near the ivy. Arraez, the ball just kept going and going and going. Almost just trailed out of here. Very interesting. That was just carrying, skied it, but the ball, so very interesting. We might see a lot of home runs today. Manny Machado's 1 for 7 in the series. His one hit, though, is a home run. Batting .143 and OPS of .821 as Tyone kicks and deals. Checked his swing. That's in there anyway for a called strike. 85 on the cutter. Try to open up this bottle of water here. 0-1 count to Manny Machado as Tyone fires. That is a sweeper below the zone. And the count is even at 1-1. Top of the first, nobody on, 2 outs. As Tyone delivers. That is in there for a called strike. Machado trying to hold up, but that one was clearly over the plate, and I think he knew it. Don't think he argued at all. 1-2 count. Cubs fans are loud. This is playoff baseball. Here's the 1-2. Check this swing. That is outside as people cheer, but also realize that it wasn't called a strike. 2-2 count to Manny Machado. Once again, the ripping off the terrible towels. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to center. PCA sliding catch for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. Your score is 0-0. And I will have to, apparently, I'm a little annoyed by this, but apparently I got a copyright strike because I was showing the ads on the screen. So As soon as the inning ends, I'm just not even going to show it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the next guy. Really frustrating, but it is what it is. That was very annoying, folks. Very annoying to wake up to that. Folks, again, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. Do appreciate you guys hanging out. And again, I know there's a lot of competition for this game. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys giving me a chance to call it. And if you do enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. This is what I call games. I call games. Again, there's really not much of a scoreboard update, but I'll go ahead and do it. Again, a scoreboard update brought to you by Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez, Sorry Cat, and Hammer. A lot of sponsors now for the scoreboard. Appreciate you guys. All right, so what do we have again? We have the Tigers now up 6-1 over the Indians. So barring an epic comeback, it looks like the Tigers will be advancing over Cleveland. They still have runners on first and second. Dingler at the plate, who's already homered in that one. So it's looking like the Tigers will be heading, I believe, to Toronto, I think? No, to Seattle. Seattle's the two, that's right. I don't know why I assumed the Tigers actually, I was thinking that they were going to play the one, but that's not how it works. It's just moving straight across. It's not like the NFL. But yeah, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Again, Bush will be due up. I'm really afraid of the ads here. I don't want to get in trouble. Bush, Horner, and Happ going to be due up to start us off against the Padres, Cubs and Padres here. Again, Bush, Horner, Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, Kelly, Crow Armstrong, Swanson, and Shaw is your starting lineup for the Cubbies. For the series, Michael Bush is 1 for 6, batting .167, an OPS of .542. Looking for his first hit in RBI. The audio apparently having a problem with my headset. Again, Yu Darvish, the starting pitcher, 5.37 ERA, but a whip of just a 1.18. So, I don't know. I would listen to that number instead of the ERA. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Michael Bush. 3.77 ERA in his 13 career postseason starts. So that's not too shabby against baseball's best. 0-1 count. Darvish rocks and fires. Grounder. And that's going to get through, actually, as Cronenworth couldn't get there in time. So Bush with the leadoff single, and the Cubs fans love it. All right, so one man on for the Cubbies, and that'll bring up a guy that just hits. Nico Horner, 3 for 7 in the series. That is a .429 batting average, OPS of .804 with an RBI. Darvish checks on the runner at first. He sets and fires. Checked his swing. Did he go? He went. That's a strike. During the regular season, batting .297, which you can make the argument that that was pretty much like batting .350 about 20 years ago. You know, again, it's hard to bat. It's hard to make contact now with these guys throwing the way they do. 0-1 count. Darvish sets and fires. That's a grounder to short. There's one. And not in time. Horner able to run it out. So they do get the runner at second. But Horner is able to get on. Now coming to the plate is the left fielder Ian Happ. He's 0 for 8 in this series, so he's looking to get on here just to say, hey, you know, I contributed, at least in Game 3. Darvish looks over at Horner. Him and Fermin chatting a little bit. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike, 95 on the fastball. 39-year-old throwing 95, pretty impressive. Happ has 5 strikeouts in this series. Here's the 0-1. That is way outside, and it's 1-1, 94 on the fastball there. The Tigers, again, still batting. 6-1 there in the top of the 7th. Bases loaded with just 1 out as Darvish sets. kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped foul. That's off the catcher's equipment there. 1-2. 1-2 is the count to Ian Happ. For the regular season, batted .243 and had 23 homers. Looking to get on here again, just looking for his first hit this postseason. Darvish sets. Pickoff attempt, but Horner is back safe and sound. Cubs fans, of course, booing. Tradition by home fans to absolutely hate the fact that the pitcher would try to pick off the runner when their own guy does it, though. Hey, that's okay. A lot of stolen bases for the Cubbies this year. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as his postseason woes continue. That's now 6 strikeouts for Ian Happ this series. And that'll bring up the right fielder Kyle Tucker. It's 1 for 7 in the series, batting .143 OPS of .286. Again, no homers, no RBIs. Darvish looks over at Horner at first. Darvish will come to a set. Looks over again and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-0, 95 on the fastball. One and 0 count to Kyle Tucker. It's actually DHing today, not right field. Apologies there. Darvish sets and fires. That is going to be cut on and popped up, but that is out of play. Count is 1-1 with the man on at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 0-0 is your score. Again, just a few other games go a different way. You could see, I could honestly see these guys playing in the NLCS. I really could. But it's obviously they had to match up first. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. Throw to second. Horner is safe. Man. So that is outside. Makes it 2-1. There's a runner on second. So a base hit into the outfield makes this very interesting. Bing, how's it going? Good to see you. Well, again, I'm very sorry about your Mets. Oh, he may have been out. I don't know. They're going to check this. That angle doesn't look promising for the Cubs. I'm not going to lie. I think he clearly tags him. That was a quick call by the umpire. So he was pretty. The umpire was pretty adamant that he was safe when he was just an immediate call. But looking at this replay, he looks out by a few inches. Oh, yeah, no, he's out. The runner's out. He's out. All right, Freddie Fermin throws out Horner. We head to the top of the second inning. Your score is 0-0 here in Chicago. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So if you do like baseball, if you do like football, hey, this is a great channel for you. As, again, I try to do the best imitation of, like, the traditional radio style that I try. I try. I don't know. I kind of butchered the English there. But, yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to give you guys a traditional radio-style broadcast. Thank you, Doctor. They suffered a most horrific collapse. I find it disgraceful. You should, Bing. That was very, very shocking. Indeed, I can imagine being a Mets fan was very rough pretty much since the All-Star break, even before that. I think I rooted for the Cubs last time. Let's go. Okay, Denny going with the Padres in this one. Obviously, Denny and I are Pirates fans. We don't really have a dog in the fight, but they are still the Cubs. They're still an NL Central foe. But, I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if the Cubs win. I mean, either one of these teams is really good. They're really good teams. It's going to be kind of sad that we have to say goodbye to one of them today, but that's just postseason. Just postseason baseball. And I think, I heard this was play-by-play JJ. He said, This is like one of the first postseasons where, you can see like at least 10 of the teams winning the World Series. For me, I agree with that statement. The Reds, no, I could not see them. And to me, the Indians, Guardians were not the team I could see. I think any of the other 10, Tigers, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, Mariners, and the Dodgers, Phillies, Padres, Cubs, Brewers, I can envision them just I can picture it. I can picture it this year for those 10 teams happening. So really just, again, great baseball, I think, was what we're going to get this 2025 postseason. Now, I root for all non-LA and non-Philly NL teams. That leads me here today. Okay, I gotcha. So, no Philadelphia. That's fair. Again, you're a Mets fan. You're just rooting for good baseball. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Again, it's been all pitching here in Chicago. This is Jackson Merrill. We'll get to his stats in a sec. Here's the pitch. Takes all the way. That's in there for a called strike, 92 on the fastball. For the series, Merrill is 1 for 5. Batting 200, OPS of 686. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, and it's 1-1. I think that's what we all want. We all just want some good baseball, If our team didn't make it, let's get some good baseball in, at least in the postseason. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 84 on the changeup. It looked good. It wasn't. Swung anyway. 1-2. Jameson Taillon, the former Pirate. Here's the 1-2. That is outside, and it's 2-2. It's way outside on the changeup there. Taillon finished his last 6 starts with a 1.57 ERA. Very good stuff. Elite, if you will. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. 85 on the cutter. Man, looking good so far. And that'll bring up Xander Bogaerts, the only Padre batting above 300 in the series. 3 for 8, batting 375, OPS of 875. Does have an RBI as well. As Taillon delivers, big swing and a miss. Strike one again. They mentioned earlier that the wind pretty much from right center to left field is pushing outward, and it's pushing outward a lot. So you just get the ball in the air, it may just keep going. Here's the 0-1. Check this swing. That is outside and low, and it's 1-1. Wind blowing right to left. Taillon with a 5.06 blowing in from right. His ERA is a 1.7. What a stat that is. Jeez, by the way, he missed high. It's 2-1. So that is an interesting stat here. 2-1 count to Xander Bogaerts as Taillon kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. The sweeper just kept sweeping. Who are you rooting for at this stage of the playoff tournament? I mean, obviously I have a nice Brewers subscriber base. Still kind of like the Phillies. Here's the 2-2. That is low, and it's 3-2. Padres, just really because they are the Dodgers' enemy. I like that. The Cubs, I don't know. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be skied to left. Swanson again, still backing out. Now the left fielder Happ is going to have to make the catch for out number 2. I mean, I don't know. In the NL, it's pretty much anyone but the Dodgers, if that makes any sense. That'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn. Again, it's 6-1 there in Cleveland. Tigers leading over the Indians. O'Hearn's batting 167. He's 1 for 6 in the series. OPS of 453. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. So 0-1 count to Ryan O'Hearn. Taillon delivers. That's a grounder to second. Diving effort, but can't make the play. It's off Horner's glove. Suzuki is there, though, to throw it in. And that's a 2-out single for the Padres. That'll bring up Gavin Sheets. Sheets is 0 for 4 so far in the series. Looking for his first hit. Tyone will set and fire. That is in there for a called strike. 0-1 count as Tyone is at 30 pitches. Don't really know if they'll give him a long leash or not. I'm not too sure. You've seen pitchers go over 100, well above that. Here's the 0-1. That is outside, and it's 1-1-93 on the fastball. Again, 2 outs, 1 man on. Here in the top of the second, 0-0 is your score in this elimination game. Tyone sets, kicks, and deals. It's big swing and a miss. 83 on the changeup. Cubs fans once again rising. They are loud. Tyone delivers. That is outside. And it's 2-2. Of course, the Cubs fans not happy. Cubs fans just upset. Again, a friendly reminder that just because the pitcher throws it, the catcher catches it, doesn't make it a strike, folks. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Cut on and hit to left, and that is going to be foul. That always kind of tickles me whenever the crowd gets so angry when the pitch is outside and yet, they don't call it. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. We head to the bottom of the second. Your score is 0-0. A strange ad just popped up. It seemed to make a reference. I don't know. Bing, whatever happens on your end over there is you. I mean, I have no control over that. No. Jeez. Yeah, no, that's that is all on your end there. Of course, I do have ads now, as you probably have noticed. It's inconsistent. Some days, apparently you guys get a bunch of ads. Some days you barely get 1 or 2. I don't know. Makes no sense to me. I'm still just a YouTuber that doesn't know nothing. But yeah, no, I have no control over what it pumps out. But yeah, make sure again to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is what I do. I call game. So again, if you like baseball, if you like football, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. And again, I'll be doing it. This is another Delay doubleheader. Doing a football game tonight. So again, if you guys aren't really interested in the AL side of things and don't have a place to go for the Niners-Rams, I will be covering that one as well. Just throwing that out there. I'll do that again probably a little bit later, because I know right now you're focused on this Padres-Cubs game. So yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than, yeah, it's still 0-0 here in Chicago. Let's hope this. I feel like I don't really remember. I feel like you might be able to next time that happens. What you can do is you can report the ad, and it can kind of hey, I don't want to see this again. So yeah, that's what I have I have no control over it. Whatever it shows you is what it shows you. Geez. Yeah, that's yeah. I just got. I mean, I'm watching TV. They showed a scary movie. I don't like horror movies myself, but I can't control any of that either. But yeah, we're just of course in between innings, folks. About to be in the bottom of the second here. Yep, we are. Kyle Tucker coming to the plate. Tucker is 1 for 7 in the series, folks. Batting 143, OPS of 286. Again, he was at bat last inning, but then Nico Horner was thrown out. Going to second. Here's the pitch. That is going to be in there for a called strike. 72 on the breaking ball. Oh, and 1 count as Darvish sets. Darvish fires. That is outside. And it's 1-1. Raid 2? I don't really do raids. I don't know. It's something I'll do much later, but I'm not really big to do that. I'm not like a big streamer. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be yanked to right, and that is going to get down for a base hit. That ball just dies in front of Tatis, who gathers it, and he's going to throw it. And I think Tucker's just going to take the single. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, later down the road, though, I'd love to do it. I just, right now, I don't know. I mean, probably just be me rating over there. All right, that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's batting .286, OPS of 1143 in this postseason, 2 for 7, of course. 1 homer, 1 RBI. Darvish sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-0. My headset's dying, so I'm going to have to charge that. I do have a backup headset, though. 1-0, pardon me, is the count to Seiya Suzuki. Here's the pitch. Yanked to third, and that's going to... Oh, that's fair. He's going to throw it in. I can't tell. Yes, we will have a runner on second, a runner on third, with nobody out. And the Cubbies look to be taking the lead shortly if everything continues. With all this momentum that they have, Machado just couldn't get there in time. And again, it takes a nice little bounce there. This is Carson Kelly. He's batting .200, OPS of 1133, 1 homer, 1 RBI. It's 1 for 5 in the series. Again, runners on second and third. Nobody out. There's a little bit of a pause there, a little bit of a delay here on Dr. Delay, but it looks like everyone's about to be back in their respective positions. Now there's still a little bit of a confusion here. I don't know. The umpire now coming out and having a little chat with Darvish. Darvish and Fermin. I have no idea what's going on. The umpire and Darvish having a chat. That's a little interesting. I don't know, folks. This is interesting. I don't know what is going on. Showing Schilt in the dugout. He looks to be pretty composed, I guess. All right, Kelly stepping in the box. Here is, again, Darvish versus Kelly. Kelly, again, 1 hit on the series, but it was a home run. Here's the pitch. That is low, and it's 1-0, 94 in the sinker. A little bit of an update there. It's still 6-1 in Cleveland. Detroit leading Cleveland in the bottom of the 8th. So Detroit, again, most likely heading to Seattle. 1-0 count. Darvish looks back and fires. Swing and a miss. 93 on the sinker. That was well inside. Kelly just couldn't lay off it. So 1-1 is the count. As Tucker takes his lead at third. Here is the pitch. Oh, and it plunks him. Oh, Kelly will advance to first. Darvish has loaded the bases with nobody out. Oh, my goodness. Well, that might have escalated things for the Cubbies. No one's mad or anything. I'm just saying they have a bunch of people on with nobody out. And looks like we're going to have a mound visit here by the pitching coach trying to calm Darvish down. I don't know if he's really rattled or anything. Machado having a little chat with Darvish. Machado, an expert pitching advisor. I don't know. I'm just talking. It will be PCA at the plate. He's 0 for 6 in the postseason so far. He is swinging a lot. Apparently, he's seen 20 pitches out of the zone. He's swung at 10. So he's being very aggressive. Kind of like Luis Arias, doesn't really walk or anything like that. Let's see here if I can get... That is not what I want. See if I can get his regular season. Only walked 29 times. Struck out 155. So, again, that's That's a lot. That's a lot of strikeouts. Not many walks. Again, PCA is 0 for 6 in the postseason. His first hit could be a big one. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt. Ball gets away, but it's right in front of the catcher. So 1-0 count to PCA. Just holding up there. 1-0. Darvish will set. Looks back, kicks and deals. PCA hits this to center. On the run is Merrill. He can't make the catch. One run's going to score. Oh, and the ball gets away, but nothing doing there. Looks like, I believe, the bases are still loaded. So there you go. There is Pete Crow Armstrong's first hit of the postseason. And it knocks in a run. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson, who's 2 for 6. Batting .333, OPS of .667. We will round up. I don't know if there's like a little bit of a delay or I don't know what's going on here, but they're just showing the replay over and over again, so I imagine something's happening on the mound. Now the team will have a mound visit here at Darvish. PCA's very hyped up. Again, it's 1-0 now, Chicago. Bases still loaded with nobody out. Looks like we are heading to the pen. So just like that, Darvish has been yanked. So we will step away. I, of course, will be right here. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. I don't even know if I can show those ads. Don't want to get in trouble because it's so dumb. But, yeah, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like, what in the world is this? Oh, it's catching me up. But yeah, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, folks, definitely like and subscribe. Again, this is what I do. And, of course, I'll be covering much more postseason baseball going forward. I've covered, of course, last night's Reds, Dodgers, covered yesterday's Padres, Cubs, covered the day prior to Game 1. I couldn't cover Game 1 of Padres, Cubs. I was at work, but I'm off today. Yesterday was a half day, so I was able to cover both. So, yeah, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. We do have a new pitcher, of course, for the Padres. We'll go and show him for you. This is Jeremiah Estrada. In the postseason so far in the series, 13.50 ERA, whip of a 3.00. So not really all that, statistically great. During the regular season was a 3.45 ERA with a whip of a 1.16. So they're hoping that he can kind of find that. Because, yeah, it's going to be bases loaded again with still nobody out. So we're just kind of waiting for this commercial to end. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Do you have a poll? Feel free to vote in the poll. Right now, I imagine the Cubs would be leading. Right now, they do. 55% of you guys have the Cubs winning. 45% of you still believe the Padres will win. Of course, I'm sure you voted on that when it was 0-0, so there is that. Right now, Cleveland with runners on second and third with one out, so maybe not over in Cleveland. Estrada on the mound. He faces Swanson. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 185 on the slider. Winner of this game faces the Brewers in the NLDS. Yep. It is a big series with the mighty Brewers awaiting them. 0-1 count. Estrada sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs. 87 on the slider. It's 1-1. This series, the Padres have only allowed one run in 8 1/3 of innings pitched. 10 strikeouts. They've been very good. Here's the 1-1. That is a chopper, and that's going foul. Smart move to pull Darvish. Can't be allowing him to get tagged. We will need him when we go up against the Brewers. Shake it off, Dar. We will be needing you in a few days. Well, I'm very confident that the Padres will overcome this, keep this to minimal damage, and come back and win. Like the confidence there, William. 1-2 count. Estrada sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper, and once again, that's going foul. 81 on the splitter. Trying to keep an eye on that Cleveland game. If Cleveland makes it close, I mean, shoot, that ninth inning will be very exciting. 1-2 is the count, though, here. Nobody out. 3 men on, bases, of course, loaded. Chicago leading 1-0. Here's the 1-2. That is in the dirt, handled well by Fermin, blocking in front, keeping it in front. That'll leave the count 2-2. Fermin has had to work pretty hard back there already. The count is 2-2 to Dansby Swanson. Estrada sets, rocks, and fires. Way upstairs. And now it's 3-2. Cubs fans are getting loud. Walking in a run would be a killer. 3-2 is the count. Swanson's going to ask for time. And Cubs fans booing. I don't know if they know that Swanson's the one that asked for time, or they didn't like that he asked for time. I don't know. All right, 3-2 is the count. Swanson awaits the 3-2. As Estrada kicks and deals. That is upstairs, ball 4. He walked him. Literally just couldn't do that. You had to throw it in the zone. Estrada. I don't think he can locate his pitches right now. That was just brutal for the Padres. And now that'll bring up Matt Shaw, who's 0 for 4 in the series. Again, the Cubs fans are loud. They are still cheering. Suzuki was the one that came across the score there as Estrada delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He was going for the fences there. Helmet just fell off. Padres need to limit the damage no more than 2 runs here. I agree, but they did themselves no favors. Walking in a run. Keeping the bases loaded with still nobody out. Estrada sets and fires. That's going to be poked at and hit foul. Min Bach going with the Cubs. Go Cubs, says Min. 0-2 count to Matt Shaw. Again, Shaw is looking for his first hit of the series. That's going to be better to walk in 1 run than giving up 4. That is true. 0-2 count. Estrada kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So that one was well out of the zone. Chased the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. All right, now 1 out. And this is pretty big. This is pretty big. A double play kind of just, eases the Padres, kind of kills a little bit of the momentum for the Cubs. As this is Michael Busch, he's 1 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. That is low, and it's 1-0. A splitter that just didn't look anywhere close. Bases loaded walk. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough for the Padres. Tiger 6-3. Yep, check that out. 1-0 count to Busch, as that's going to be upstairs. Missing on the splitter again, and it's 2-0. Two and 0 count to Michael Busch. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Estrada sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss. He was swinging for the fences. 2-1. William likes it. Min says we need another run. Christopher says finally an out. 2-1 count. Estrada sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be poked at and hit foul, and it's 2-2. 6-3 Tigers. Yep, they are now going to the top of the ninth. Tigers leading 6-3 over the Indians/Guardians, whatever you want to call them. Again, the bases are still loaded. As it's a 2-2 count, looks like Estrada telling, hey, or the umpire telling Estrada that you got to watch, make eye contact with Bush. Bush wasn't even looking. He was just tapping the bat on the plate. How are you doing today? I'm doing all right, Scott. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you again for checking on in. 2-2 count. Estrada kicks and deals. That's going to be yanked to right, and that is going foul. That was a hittable pitch, to say the least. 83-mile-per-hour splitter right down the middle. I think he got eager. 2-2 is the count once again. Estrada sets. He delivers. That's in the dirt, and it's 3-2. Another walk here would just be so deflating for the Padres. 3-2 count. Bases loaded. Cubs leading 2-0 over the Padres. 1 out. Estrada will set. And he's going to step off. And now the Cubs fans will really boo. Estrada kind of smiling about it. Once again, 3-2 count. Estrada sets and fires. Grounder to first. There's 1 and 2. A double play. That's what the Padres needed. Keeping it close. Oh, that's huge for the Padres. We head to the top of the third. The Cubs, though, scoring 2 runs. And that makes it, of course, 2-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Man, that was just, again, if the Cubs would have scored another run, it would have been, oh boy, this might be over. Again, based on how the scores have been already this series. Again, the Cubs winning 3-1 over the Padres, and then yesterday and then the Padres winning 3-0 over the Cubs. Like 3 runs might be what, wins the game. So definitely a huge double play there for the Padres. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So if you do like the style that I provide, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I'm trying to do as much playoff baseball as possible. That is the goal. I can't promise every single game, of course. I've already missed a few. But, again, everything I can do, I will try to do. Of course, in the other game, again, the Tigers leading 6-3 over the Indians/Guardians. I'll just say Indians. I'm just going to say Indians the rest of the day here. But, yeah, again, appreciate you guys. Again, feel free to vote in the poll. 53% of you guys have the Cubs winning. 47% have the Padres winning. And my mic just went dead, so we're going to go and go to the backup mic real quick. So just give me a sec. Does that every now and then. I don't like this mic. All right, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that's good for tonight, but if it's not, it's not. Oh, well. This mic, I just don't like that it's wired. I don't want to yank anything. All right, again, Jake Cronenworth will be due up here to begin the top of the third inning. He's, again, looking for his first hit of the series. So there is that. Limit of the damage, 3 outs for the Guardians. Monstrous double play, yep. They needed it. They really did. As here is Tyone delivering to Cronenworth. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-0. Cleveland down to their last 3 outs. Man. 1-0 count. Tyone kicks and deals. That is low, and it's going to be 2-0. Cronenworth during the regular season batted .246, on base of .367. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be inside, but it's called a strike. Cronenworth, again, I was about to say, he walked a lot, so he kind of knows the plate. Didn't like that call. Count is 2-1. Tyone kicks and deals. That is going to be cut on and hit to left, and that is going foul. Cleveland looking to join their fellow Ohio team in the NL side of things as far as being the teams to be eliminated. Tyone kicks and deals. Cut on and hit to second. Throws to first for out number 1. Down goes Cronenworth, and he's still looking for his first hit. All right, that will bring up Freddie Fermin. Fermin batting .286. He's 2 for 7 in the postseason. OPS of .715. You've been following the Cubs for a long time. Nice. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Charge heads up. Yeah, it should be, hopefully. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it charges really fast. Sometimes it's like, yeah. Sometimes it's like, you know what? You're going to leave me in for a day. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Fermin didn't like that one. Just caught a piece of the zone, according to the ESPN strike zone. First pitch, strikes 8. He's faced 9 batters. Here's the 0-2. Fermin cuts on and hits this one foul. So 0-2 is the count to Freddie Fermin. That's Tyone. I don't know, he can't hear anything in the pitch comm. Apparently, some sort of communication. He's still going to pitch anyway. Here's the 0-2. Grounder to third. Shaw throws to first for out number 2. So 2 away for the Padres. That'll bring us back to the top of the order, where Fernando Tatis Jr. will be stepping on in. Again, he's 1 for 9. In the postseason now. I don't know what's going on here. Tyone saying the pitch comm is having a problem, so I guess we're going to just chill here. So in Jazz Chisholm scored the game-winning run in the 8th inning of Game 2. I know he didn't. I don't think he played in Game 1, or he didn't start. I don't know. There was a big deal about it. So Tatis today is 0 for 1. Again, he's 1 for 9 in the series with an OPS of .311. Does have a stolen base. Has scored twice. Winner of Yankees Red Sox, of course, takes on their AL East champion, the Blue Jays. Tigers Indians will take on the Mariners. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Of course, in this series, the winner will take on the Brewers. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Favorite player is Mark Grace. Okay, I'm not familiar with him. I have heard of his name, though. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. That was a breaking ball in the dirt. He struck him out. Tatis just feeling flustered, I guess. I'm not too sure. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 2-0 Cubs over the Padres. John P.S. says hello and that you're the man. Oh, appreciate it. I'm not the man. I'm just a man. But no, he's the man. Again, appreciate him. Folks, again, let's see here. Let's see if I can give me a sec. First off, folks, appreciate you guys hanging in there. And make sure, again, to like and subscribe. But, yeah, let me go ahead and Going to go ahead and post a link for a guy that's been very supportive of my channel. Feel free to subscribe to him. Again, he does a lot of the Mets. He does the Jets. And, of course, he does baseball, football, whatever. It's pure gentleman sports. So, again, make sure to subscribe to him as well if you've already subscribed to me. And, again, hopefully you can subscribe to me if you haven't done so already, folks. Because, again, this is a growing channel. We are definitely on our way to great things. Have gotten over 1,000 subs in the last 6 months, so definitely really excited for that as I started doing this in March. So again, we are rising. We are definitely something that could turn into something special. So again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Kenneth says the Tigers have just won, so Ohio is done in the playoffs. So yeah, I guess the AL Central champion didn't matter in the end, because the Tigers will move on to take on the Mariners. So, yeah, no, we don't have to worry about that one anymore. Yep, Tigers just eliminated the Cleveland. Yep, they are done. They are done indeed. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. I know there's a lot of people covering this game, so I do appreciate you guys choosing me as a voice for this one, because again, I know there's a lot of competition out there. So hopefully I do a decent enough job to keep your attention and let me call games for you in the near future. Nico Horner will be coming to the plate. He's 3 for 8 in the series. Of course, he's 0 for 1 today. George saying the Tigers advance. Yep. They could do some damage going forward. As Estrada's out there, here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 98 on the outside corner. 0-1 count to Nico Horner. Here to begin the bottom of the third inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Estrada kicks and deals. Tapper to short. Bogarts has it, throws to first, gets him by a step for out number 1. One away for the Cubbies. That'll bring up Ian Happ. Again, he's looking for his first hit of the postseason. 0 for 9 so far. Reds need to get bigger batters. Yeah, they need to get some more bats for sure, just like the Pirates do. Pirates need some bats. Estrada will set as he kicks and deals. That's a grounder, and that's going foul. Arias thought about tossing it over to the Cubs fans, but then he's like, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. 0-1 count to Ian Happ. I don't know if Happ took his time out there, but he's not in the box yet. Now he is. And he's 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. Just a rough postseason for him. Estrada kicks and deals. That's going to be hit. And that's popped up. Arias is booking for it, and he will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Nice hustle by Luis Arias. Again, now he's 0 for 10. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker, who's 2 for 8. 2 for 8 in the postseason. It's 1 for 1 today. Again, nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Estrada looks over at first despite no one being there. He will set. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. 83 on the splitter. Count is 0-1. What games are you covering for MLB next round? I need to know the schedule. Need to know the schedule. Again, I will prioritize the NL. That is a priority. Here is the 0-1. That is going to be low, and it's 1-1. Though I do have some subscribers that have that support the Blue Jays, so there is that as well. I'll be looking into that. And it really just depends on when the games fall. 1-1 count. Estrada to Tucker. As here is the 1-1. That is outside, and it's 2-1. Estrada looking for a new baseball. Again, 2-1 count to Kyle Tucker. Nobody on 2 outs. Cubs, of course, scoring 2 runs in the previous inning. And that's pretty much what has happened. 2-0. That is it. Estrada will set as he rocks and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit into left. Oh, and he fumbles it in left, but he's able to recover and throw it in. That keeps Kyle Tucker at first. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. It's batting .375 in the series. OPS of .1375. 1 home run, 1 RBI. Chalmers, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Good luck tonight. Folks, again, if you are not interested in my football tonight, check out Thomas Fitzpatrick. He'll be covering the Red Sox and the Yankees tonight, so definitely check him out as his Red Sox face a win and in scenario or lose and go home. I guess that's for both parties. Estrada sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. No, I'll be sure to post that. If you want, Chalmers, you can post your link in the chat. That's totally cool. I cannot do it right now as there's a game on, but in between breaks I can if you haven't already. 0-1 count. Estrada sets, kicks, and deals. Checked his swing. That is upstairs. It's 1-1. Yeah, I know it's on Saturday. I just need to know the times because there's a college football game. It might not sound like it's a great game, but I think I will do very well with it. So I kind of want to cover that because that so far that one team has been featured on this channel, and it was a great stream for me. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside, and it's 2-1. So 2-1 to Seiya Suzuki. Showing the replay of Suzuki just blasting it out of here. 2-1 count. Estrada's going to fake the throw to first. Tucker on the ground, just looking and glaring. So 2-1 count to Seiya Suzuki. As Estrada will set, looks over at first. Rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up, and that will become a souvenir. Play-by-play with JJ, folks. That guy's awesome. Folks, again, if you haven't checked out play-by-play with JJ, we got some streamers checking in on the chat today. Definitely check out play-by-play with JJ. He does the Phillies. He does all Philadelphia. Of course, he mixes in other things as well. But, yes, he is awesome, so definitely check out play-by-play with JJ. There we go. Click on play-by-play with JJ's name, subscribe, and then come back here. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. He struck him out. Splitter just catching the zone. Suzuki can't believe it. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Your score is 2-0. Cubs over the Padres. You think you don't have a link? Hey, how do you not have a link? The direct is here. Oh, thank you. Thank you again. Play-by-play with JJ. Let me go ahead and get Thomas here. Go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and, again, thank you, JJ. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully everything went well with the stream. Hopefully everything went well with that one. And he's just crushing it now. He's at 76.50. Probably even more now. So, again, appreciate you guys. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. 1, to those guys, but 2, also to me, if you enjoy the radio-style broadcast that I try to intimidate. That's the English language. Imitate. I try to intimidate radio broadcast. I'm trying to intimidate JJ here. So, but yeah, again, appreciate it, guys. Again, hopefully you guys like and subscribe what I, to this channel. Again, I cover baseball, I cover football. 2 up for the Padres will be Luis Arias, Manny Machado, and Jackson Merrill. So we're just kind of waiting for top 4th. Again, feel free to let me know your thoughts on the game. Feel free to vote in the poll. Right now, 51% of you guys are pulling for the Cubs, 49% for the Padres. So, yeah, that is so 50-50. That's very interesting. think yesterday, I don't know, it's been about 50-50 as well, just the entire, well, yesterday I didn't get to do the first game, but yeah, definitely something. But yeah, I have nothing for you right now. I'm pretty bad. Again, I'm just a false imitation. But yeah, again, I do want to welcome you guys that just saw the Tigers over the Indians 6-3. That was interesting. Tigers just kept putting it on, and then I think the Indians scored 2 in the 8th, I want to say, to make it kind of a little close. As we're returning to coverage here in Wrigley, where again the Cubs lead 2-0 over the Padres. Luis Arias to the plate, showing bunt, pulls back. It's in there for a called strike anyway. Arias again batting .250 for the series, OPS of 500. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's the 0-1. That is low, and it's 1-1. Arias getting a baseball because he's such a nice guy. Definitely an interesting character, Luis Arias is. 1-1 count. Tyone will kick and deal. That's going to be hit to short. Oh, Swanson can't make the catch. Throws to first. Oh, and he still gets him anyway. What in the world was Arias doing? Arias just hits it to short. Swanson couldn't make the catch. It falls right in front of him, and then he throws it to first. What in the world? I don't know what Arias was doing there. Well, that's kind of a interesting moment there. Going to show the replay here. Arias just kind of jogging. Oh, then he decides to book it, and then he was out. And now Arias, he slams his helmet down. He's like, you can't believe it. You can't do that. Here's Manny Machado's. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike one. Machado 1 for 8 in the series. His one hit is a home run. It's 0 for 1 today. 0-1 count. Tyone fires. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. This might be in playable territory. He's going to lean over and make the catch in the dugout. Oh, man, just unfortunate stuff here for the Padres. Back-to-back at-bats. That feels like the baseball gods are with the Cubs today. That'll bring up Jackson Merrill, is 1 for 6 in the series with an RBI. Merrill, of course, is 0 for 1 today. As Tyone delivers. And Jackson Merrill hits this to right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Merrill's going to take off to second. The throw is in, and it is not in time. So that's a 2-out double for Jackson Merrill. Padres need something, and that might be something, but there is already 2 outs in the inning. Just rips this to right. Suzuki doing a good job of getting there, but Merrill just too fast. That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts, batting .333 in the series, OPS of 777, and RBI as well to go along with those stats there. He's 0 for 1 today. Tyone will set. Looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. Showing Caleb Thielbar warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Arias was thinking about packing his golf bag. Apparently he was. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder to third. Shaw. Oh, that is actually a foul ball. Shaw couldn't handle it, but Bogaerts now check and say, are you sure that was foul? Let's see this replay here. Oh, yeah, that is just foul. The count is 0-2 to Xander Bogaerts. Runner on second, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. The Cubs leading 2-0. Crowd is getting a little bit loud as Bogaerts did ask for time. Padres this series with runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 18. Bogaerts would like to make it 4 for 19. Here's the 0-2 from Tyone as he kicks and deals. That is outside, and it's 1-2. Cubs fans cheering, even though that one was well off the plate. 1-2 to Xander Bogaerts. Merrill takes his lead. Tyone fires. That is low, and it's 2-2. Tyone, the former Pirate. Pretty sure he's happy he's not there anymore, if I had to guess. 2-2. Tyone sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be poked, and that's fouled back. Just trying to make contact. Trying to just stay alive. That's what you got to do at this point. Again, the Padres can't just keep putting zeros on the board. The count is 2-2. Tyone will set. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt, and it's 3-2. 85 on the cutter. Tyone at 59 pitches so far. The count is 3-2 to Xander Bogaerts. Runner on second, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Cubs leading 2-0. Tyone delivers. Bogaerts lifts it to left. Swanson is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Padres. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning where the Cubs again lead 2-0 over the Padres. Yeah, just not all that great. Let's see if we can look at the box score here. Just looking again, just the printable chair yoga for seniors. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I mean, just looking at it, the Cubs 5 hits and they've taken advantage. Again, two runs. They didn't have bases loaded, whereas the Padres only 2 hits through 4 innings. Again, still plenty of baseball left, but you know, I mean, is it 5 innings or is it more than that? You know, that's kind of the question for the Padres. Time to get it going. If you are a Padres fan, if you're a Cubs fan, well, again, they're looking all right. Again, 5 hits through 3 innings. It's pretty good, and they've had a walk as well. And then also a hit by pitch, I believe. I don't know if that walk is included. I don't think it is, I think. Or no, it wasn't hit by pitch. What am I thinking of? I don't think there was a hit by pitch. Yeah, there was a hit by pitch. I don't know. It is what it is. No, there wasn't. Okay, what am I guess I'm getting the games combined. It is what it is. Folks, again, appreciate you guys. If you looking for another guy to call baseball games for you, or NFL, or college football, make sure to like and subscribe. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like what you hear, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Again, I try to call as many games as possible. Today is a doubleheader for me, though I won't be returning to the diamond. I'll be going to the football field later tonight. Of course, Saturday, kind of awaiting the schedule. I imagine as soon as this game is done, they will have an idea of when Milwaukee will play, and Phillies and Dodgers and all them. You know, I have no idea when. I know it's happening Saturday. I need to know the times. All right, Carson Kelly coming to the plate. It's 1 for 5 in the series. I think it was Kelly that was hit by a pitch. I'm pretty sure. Do have a new pitcher. It's Michael King. In the regular season was a 3.44 ERA whip of a 1.20 as that is going to be in there for a called strike. It was right there, pretty much right down the middle. 0-1 count to Carson Kelly as King will set, kicks and deals. That's going to be cut on and hit to right. Tatis can't get there. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Again, the right field side is pretty much the wind. The wind is just pushing everything in The left and center and even right center, everything's just going out. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Got his first hit of the series today. And it was a big one. Has an RBI as well as King will look over at first. He sets. And he kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 195. Up out of the zone. Again, it was 0 for 6 coming into the series today. 0-1 count. King sets. King delivers. And that is outside. Same location. 1-1. Again, a runner on first. Nobody out here for the Cubs. Cubs appear to want it a little bit more today. King sets and fires. That is a low, and it's 2-1. Just below the zone. JJ said, sup. Yeah, no, I saw him earlier. Appreciate it, though, Jason. 2-1 counts as King sets. Looks over at first, kicks and deals. That's going to be outside, and it's 3-1. It was a changeup, 88 on the changeup. Family. Well, appreciate it. Yeah, no, definitely as a little bit of a YouTube group here. Broadcasters, 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. And it's 3-2. It's getting really bright on the TV. I don't know what's going on. I can barely see now. Runner on first. Nobody out. King checks on the runner. He sets. Kicks and deals. Cut on and fouled back. And he'll see another. Again, Crow Armstrong 1 for 1 today. And he had been struggling, just again 0 for 6. He was just swinging at everything pretty much prior to today. 3-2 as a pickoff attempt. Kelly is back safe and sound. Of course, the Cubs fans going to let him know how much they think of that. They didn't like it. Showing what happened earlier. 3-2 count. King fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That one was out of the zone. Reverting to his first 2 games pretty much for that swing. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. Swanson's batting .333 in the series. OPS of .762. Today he walked. Here's the pitch. That is way outside, and it's 1-0. Padres don't play so well when they're probation officers. This guy, oh gosh. Well, I don't know about all that. Oh man, 1-0 count to Dansby Swanson. 1 man on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-0. That is in there for a called strike right down the middle. Tom, come on, extra innings into. I don't know about all that, Tom, either. I want to call the football game tonight if possible. 1-1 is the count. King will set. Kicks and deals. That is going to be cut on and hit to first. It is just foul. That makes the count 1-2. Once again, a 1-2 count. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs 2, Padres nothing. You can dream, yeah, now you can. My voice will be over. You'll never hear me call another game. 10-hour game, that'd be pretty insane. Here's the 1-2. That's chopped, and that's going foul. Swanson just staying alive. Both teams trying to do that as well as far as the playoffs are concerned. Right now, the Cubs are doing a better job. They have more base runners in this one. 1-2 count. King sets and fires. That is outside. The count is even at 2-2. Padres sign a new player. They get a gold chain neck tattoo. A signing bonus. Hey, maybe people like it. I don't know. 2-2 count. King kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 away for the Cubs. That'll bring up Matt Shaw. Shaw is 0 for 5 in this one. Sorry, folks, just some technical difficulties here. All right, King will set and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-0. Tigers, yes, the Tigers did win. They are headed to Seattle. We do have a pitcher warming up in the Padres bullpen. 1-0 count. King will set and fire. That's in there for a called strike. Shaw's another guy looking for his first hit of the series. Again, he's 0 for 5 in it. 0 for 1 today. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs leading 2-0 over the Padres. Here's the 1-1. That is a swing and a miss. Sweeper out of the zones. Shaw chased it. 1-2. What's up, Dr. Lay? If I had to pick a winner, I'd go Cubs. I wonder why. True Raider, big Dodger fan. I wonder why he would pick the Cubs. Could it be possibly because he does not like the Padres? Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We head to the top of the 5th. The Cubs leading 2-0 over the Padres. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. That like button, very helpful to small channels like mine. Let me go ahead and click on this because I don't want to get copyright struck because it's so dumb. But, yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. Again, this is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the NFL, if you like MLB, if you like college football, this is what I do. I do call games. And, yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. Again, I'm going to try to cover as much of the postseason as I can. Especially during the week, of course. If I'm able to, I will do it. And then for Saturday, Sunday, still trying to find a balance there. If there's baseball games happening on Saturdays and Sundays like this weekend, going to try to find a happy balance. But for the most part, I will be, again, covering as many postseason games as possible. Been covering baseball since opening day. May as well continue. That is pretty much the strategy there. But again, appreciate you guys hanging out. 2 up for the Padres will be Ryan O'Hearn, Gavin Sheets, and Jake Cronenworth. Whenever we do decide to return to Chicago. Showing just a bunch of ads here. But again, feel free to let me know, again, who you got. If you haven't voted, just let me know who you got in this one. 55% of you guys pulling for the Cubs. 45% for the Padres. So 50-50 for the most part. More Cubs fans, though, checking in, or Cubs supporters, I should say. Checking out Jameson Taillon. I don't know, is he done? Oh, yeah, he is. Okay, well, shoot. Let me go ahead and show you the new pitcher, Caleb Thielbar. He'll be replacing Taillon. Had a really good performance today. In the regular season was had a 2.64 ERA, a whip of a .88. In the series, though, 2/3 and has a whip of a 3, so that's not very good. All right, this is Ryan O'Hearn. Again, 2 for 7 in the series. OPS of 661. As Thielbar sets, rocks, and fires. That is way inside, almost hit him. Ball 1. FSU Pitt, yeah, that's a good one. I won't cover it. I can't cover that one. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 1-1 again for college. I'm trying to build I don't know. I have to do different strategy with college. I can't cover the big games. I know it's not a big game, but it will be featured on a main channel, And, yeah, the illegal streams will take it over. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and missed as well, as it's 1-2. And O'Hearn is 1 for 1 on the day. 1-2 count. Theobar will set, kicks, and deals. That's a breaking ball called. Strike 3 at the knees. He struck him out. That is just tough. Padres just can't put the ball in play. That'll bring up Gavin Sheets, also looking for his first hit in the series. 0 for 5. Is 0 for 1 today. Theobar delivers. That's outside, and it's 1-0. Did check his swing a little bit. 1-0 count to Gavin Sheets as Theobar sets, rocks, and fires. Grounder to second. That's going to get past him. The diving Horner couldn't get there. And Sheets gets his first hit of the postseason here in the top of the 5th of Game 3. That is just who you saw, so what am I doing? That'll bring up Jake Cronenworth, who's 0 for 8 in the series, 0 for 1 today. Runner on first. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Theobar sets. Lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Rooting for the Padres, but a Brewers versus Cubs playoff series would be cool. It would be. It would be very cool. I'm very interested to see, because you obviously Brewers fan, a lot of Brewers fans on the channel. Here's the 0-1. That's been cut on and fouled back. I'm interested to see the numbers I will get for the Brewers playoff games. I don't know. I'm very excited and cautiously nervous again because everyone's going to be calling Brewers games. So there is that. But, yeah, no, I've had a lot of success with the Brewers. A lot of it this year. So, again, that's why I try to they're my priority when it comes to every playoff team. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-2. So, again, if you do subscribe, you're a fan of either of this team, I will try my best to get every single Brewers and winner of this game on for sure. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I will say, though, this Saturday is still up in the air. I just don't know yet. Freddie Fermin coming to the plate. It's 2 for 8. Did not mean to make it rhyme, but I did. It looks like Council's going to go to the pen, so they're going to do all the bullpen stuff to try to do all the matchups. So Theobar will exit. He is responsible for the runner on at first. But a Brewers-Cubs playoff series would be cool. Since you do a lot of Brewers, I would recommend it. I've already covered 2 Packers games, and that's actually a little bit of a joke with Chris, who's checked in. So let's see here. But yeah, I covered the first 2 Packers games. Packers-Lions 1-0. Packers-Redskins 2-0. Since I haven't done them again, they haven't won. So I'm not saying I'm the reason the Packers are winning, but they're 2-0 when I cover, and they're 0-1-1 when I don't. And then as far as Wisconsin, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that again. When it comes to college, I have to be very careful what I pick because obviously there's a lot of illegal streams, so I'm not going to be able to cover main games like that, and I found that out the hard way. I can even show you. I don't know if you're looking at the stream or not. Where are you at here? Let's see if I can click on the playlist. Don't play it. Don't play. Okay. I don't care about all that. I don't know if I can really show you the numbers. I really can't. But anyway, if you were to look at that, you'll see that the numbers for the bigger games are bad because the illegal streams are doing it. So I have to be really careful pretty much is what I'm saying with college. I'm sorry. I can't take recommendations. I have to be very careful in how I decide what I call. I have to pretty much pick games that are in the group of 5 and on channels that no one really cares about or really not many people have. So, Red Sox, Blue Jays. Again, we'll see. I'm going to try. I don't know. I mean, I'll try to do every game if I can, Kenneth. It's not that I'm just and all that stuff. But yeah, if I watch you for your baseball oh, that's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Watching you, but got to go. All right, you have a good one, Z. Appreciate it again for hanging in there, hanging on out. Again, Freddie Fermin is on at the plate. Here's the pitch. Oh, did he get hit? Oh, it did not hit him. He checked his swing. Guess it hit him the knob of the bat. New pitcher for the Cubs is Daniel Palencia. It's already appeared in this series. Hasn't allowed a run. It's 1-0 during the regular season. 1-6, but a 2.91 ERA. Here's the 0-1. Did he go? Did he go? He did. And it's 0-2. 100 on the fastball. Oh, yeah, he clearly went. Let's stop and listen. Oh, yeah, again, appreciate it, man. 0-2 count. Palencia sets. Runner on first, 2 outs. Palencia checks on the runner multiple times. Checks it a third time. Here's the pitch. Check the swing. Did he go? Did he go? He did not. That was 101. Palencia can bring the heat. Man. The count is 1-2. Palencia checks on the runner. Checks on him again. Checks on him again. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And he is going to chill at third. Fermin is at second. Oh, Fermin is very animated right now. Freddie Fermin coming through, giving the Padres some life. He's been pretty good this series, and that'll bring up a guy that has struggled this series in Fernando Tatis Jr., who's 0 for 2 today. It's 1 for 10 in the series. Does have a stolen base, and has come across, scored twice, but again, he has struggled. He has struggled. Palencia delivers. That's going to be right down the middle for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 count to Tatis. Palencia looks back at second. Looks at third. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be tapped foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Again, Tatis has been pretty much swinging at everything. That one was outside. Career in the postseason, Tatis is amazing. 328 average, 1150 OPS. This postseason, not so much. 0-2. Palencia sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-2. Again, there are runners on second and third, people. 2 outs. Here in the top of the fifth, the Cubs leading 2-0. Padres need something. The count is 1-2. Palencia rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Suzuki is there and squeezes the glove for out number 3. Palencia is animated as well. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Cubs, of course, leading 2-0. Man, that is, again, another opportunity for the Padres, another opportunity with runners in scoring position, and they just could not come through. So that is just a bummer for the Padres. John was saying, dang it. I don't know if you put that whenever the Padres just got out or not. But, yeah, that is tough. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, this is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the NFL, if you like baseball, make sure to subscribe right now. For some reason, I'm seeing an uptick in viewers, so I do appreciate you guys. I don't know if the illegal streams have already ended or not. So, well, hey, this is why I do it. If you can't watch it, I got you covered. I'm literally confused right now. But again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe because this is what I do. Again, I call games. Of course, as many of you guys know already, the Tigers did defeat the Indians earlier, 6-3. They'll be facing the Mariners. Of course, the winner of this game will take on the NL Central champion, the MLB regular season champion, really, the Milwaukee Brewers. So that will set up, again, a very nice series. A lot of good games. Yeah, a lot of good series. They ended, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I'm like, there's way too many. I'm like, there's no way I'm this good. I'm okay. But out of nowhere, went from 30 to like 60. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Now I'm at 100. Well, sorry, guys. But hey, hopefully I do a good enough job. Obviously, you won't be able to see it, but maybe I can describe it as good as possible. So, appreciate the honesty, Chris. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we're still in between innings. But again, feel free to vote. I do have a poll. Let me know who you're pulling for, Cubs or Padres. So far, it's been pretty much been 50-50. Jason, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the $5. Can't say, just want to say, yeah, well, I appreciate it, man. Jason, again, appreciate you. Been a huge supporter of the channel. Thank you for the $5, man. And yes, the winner of this series takes on the Brewers, as Wandy Peralta is going to be in now 3.14 ERA. Again, he's been pretty good in game one. Only, pitched for 1 out, but got a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Bush. That is upstairs for ball 1. Bush is 2 for 8 in the series. It's 1 for 2 today. OPS, of course, of 650. Again, appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-1. Cubs will win this series. Mark this. I won't mark it, but I'll definitely keep in mind. Right now, they have the advantage. 1-1 count. Peralta sets and fires. That's inside, and it's 2-1. Prediction for Yankees Red Sox. Chalmers, you're not going to like me, and I think you already know what I'm saying. I am picking the Yankees to beat the Red Sox. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 2-2. Jimmy's also going with the Yankees. Yeah, no, I just think the Yankees are. I think the Yankees are the better team. I do. The count is 2-2 to Michael Bush. Nobody out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Cubs, of course, leading 2-0. Peralta sets and fires. That's going to be cut on and jammed, and that is going to land in fair territory. Machado was playing pretty much at short. And I'm telling you, the baseball gods are with the Cubs today. They have abandoned the Padres. That was just a blooper, and it stays just inside fair territory. And it just crosses the third base bag. I'm telling you, everything is going wrong for the Padres. Everything is going right for the Cubs. That'll bring up Nico Horner, a guy that just hits. He's 3 for 9, though today he's 0 for 2. Boo, Kenneth also going with the Yanks. Well, hey, I'd love to see it. I mean, I don't really like the Yankees at all, so I just think they're going to win. Here's the pitch to Horner. That's outside, and it's 1-0. 1-0 counts to Nico Horner. Runner on first, nobody out. Again, it just seems like everything that could go right for the Cubs is. Everything that could go wrong for the Padres is. Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. 89 on the changeup on the outside corner. One count as Peralta sets. Rocks and fires. That is outside, and it's 2-1. 90 on the changeup. Just couldn't keep it in the zone. Jimmy likes Boston. Yeah, no, out of the two, those two, I prefer Boston. I always have, but I just think the Yankees are the team. Here's the 2-1. Grounder to short. Bogarts tosses to second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So that is huge for the Padres. Again, they need to keep this 2-0. If they want any chance, again, for the series, it's been a low-scoring series. 3-1, obviously, the Cubs over the Padres in Game 1. Yesterday it was 3-0. So 3 runs is kind of the magical number based on how things have went. That'll bring up Ian Happ, who is looking again for his first hit of the series. Here's the pitch. That is outside, but it's called a strike. 90 on the changeup. It's 0 for 10, 0 for 2 today. Yankees equal more talent, but no grit. Red Sox could pull it off. Oh, I agree. That's going to be ripped foul. Well, I completely agree. The Red Sox have a great shot, but I'm leaning the Yankees tonight. Count is 0-2 to Ian Happ. Again, he's struggled this series, as many of you know. Peralta delivers. That is outside. Try to quick pitch him here. That was way off target. It's 1-2. 1-2 to Ian Happ. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cranked to left, and that is over the left fielder. It's off the ivy. Sheets is looking for it, finds it, throws it in. Happ gets his first hit of the series. Definitely must feel great because, again, that's a brutal stretch there, especially in the playoffs. So now he's 1 for 11. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker, who's 3 for 9. He's 3 for 9 in the series, 2 for 2 today. So I taught you about spawning boards. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You know, I definitely that definitely makes sense, folks. Again, please check out Play by Play JJ. Definitely do it. Click on that name right now. Go to the channel, subscribe, and then come back here, of course, for the finish of this game. Again, this one he calls games as well. He does a great job. As there's a little bit of a mound visit, folks, so that's why I'm kind of yapping here. But yeah, make sure again to check out Play by Play with JJ, Phillies guy. So again, if you're these teams may be playing the Phillies in the NLCS. You never know. So, again, if you need a home to cover games after your legal streams have ended, definitely check out Play by Play with JJ. Definitely do it. Best football movie is The Longest Yard. I don't really... I know it's kind of a cliche to say, but I do like Remember the Titans. That's kind of my favorite. I know it's... Everyone says that. Oh, you're basic. Well, you know, when it comes to that, I think I like it. Again, we're still in a mound visit, folks, so do bear with me. Again, Tucker at the plate, who is 2 for 2. Tucker, I have no idea what the stat is. Apparently, he was 3 for 22 in September. I don't know if that's true or not. Was that true? Is that true? I couldn't tell you. Anyway, Peralta sets and fires. That is way inside. Almost hit him. Ball 1. I don't think Peralta would try to intentionally hit Tucker, a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Cubs for the series 1 for 9 in runners in scoring position. Again, both teams have struggled. Like they see a guy at second and third, it's time to go back to the dugout. Apparently, I'm not too sure. The goal is to send that guy to the dugout, not yourself. 1-0 count. Peralta sets and fires. That is inside. Almost hit him again. Maybe he is. I don't know. But it's 2-0. The Cubs fans getting a little bit rowdy here. That was great. Yeah, of course. The count is 2-0. Peralta will set. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to second. Cronenworth throws to first for out number 3. We head to the top of the 6th. Your score, the Cubs 2, the Padres nothing. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, make sure to do that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, really, other than, this is what I do. But, if you like football and baseball, and, of course, college football, and that is a lot of illegal streams there as well. But, I don't cover the main games because of that, and that's okay. It's been actually pretty neat to cover a lot of Group of 5 football. A lot of good football, to be honest with you there. But yeah, again, that's what I do. So, again, if you're looking for a backup, let's just say you're at work or, you got stuff to do around the house. Your wife just won't let you or watch the game because, you haven't folded your laundry. Make sure, again, to subscribe. I might be calling the game that you need to know what's happening. So there you go. There you go, folks. We all win. I get more subs. You get more sports. We all love sports. We're all sports fans. So, again, if you're a sports fan, you're subscribing to this channel, as many have already done. Again, it's a growing channel. 6 months ago at 30 subs. Now we are over 1,200 because it's a growing channel. Kyle Tucker, Justin Tucker, PJ Tucker, Tucker. There's Chris Tucker, who is the actor. There's also a political guy with the name Tucker, but I don't want to say it. Half the audience will be like, "Oh, time to leave." So there's that. Oh, yeah, Tucker Carlson, I guess. But, yeah, as far as sports, I can't really think of anybody. Tucker. P.J. Tucker. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Tucker Barnhart. Yeah, isn't he like a catcher? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I can't think of anything. But, yeah, Tucker. Enough with Tucker here. Luis Arias will be coming to the plate to start things off here in the top of the sixth. Again, the winner of, as you guys already know, the winner of this series takes on Milwaukee. Again, that should be a great series. Milwaukee is awesome. These two teams are great, but of course Milwaukee, they are also great. So definitely looking forward to whoever wins this series take on that. That would be awesome. Anyway, Palencia delivers. That's going to be upstairs. Ball one as Arias doing his signature move, just taking all the way. Tucker Kraft. Oh, yeah, you got me there. That's embarrassing. I'm the football guy, and I didn't know that. 1-0 count to Luis Arias. Again, he's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 87 on the slider. 1-1 count. Palencia will set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to short. Swanson with the play. Has it. Throws to first. Did he get him? He did. Arias just can't seem to beat out Swanson's throws. They've been pretty good hits. Again, Swanson dropped one earlier, but then was able to pick it up and throw it to first. And then on that one, Swanson kind of bobbles it, sliding behind him, picks it up, throws it to first. And he still, again, just has, oh, that's got to be frustrating. Arias, again, was just angry after that as well. All right, this is Manny Machado. He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. That is low for ball one. 89 on the slider. He's 1 for 9 in the series. His one hit is a home run, but again, hasn't really been able to do much. Go to Shattered Dreams so Cody Rhodes could be a wrestling champ. All right. It's going to be in there. I don't know if that was called a strike or not. I don't know if it was. I'll let you know the count here. 2-0. They did not call it a strike. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. And it's 2-1. Hog Tucker. I'm not familiar with Hog Tucker. 2-1 count to Manny Machado. One out here in the top of the sixth. Nobody on. Palencia sets. Kicks and deals. That is high and in. It's 3-1. Again, the Padres, really, again, both teams, you could say, have really struggled at the plate this series. But today, it's been the Padres. Here's the 3-1. And that's in there for a call strike. I have no idea what Machado was doing. He was walking down to first like that was practically right down the middle. And the Cubs fans, of course, they loved it that it was called a strike. And now they're cheering and they're loud. What in the world was Machado doing? 3-2 is the count to Machado. Nobody on. One out. Palencia fires. That is upstairs, and now he will walk. And now Machado bat flips the walk very nonchalantly, very chill, with a lot of confidence. Now the Cubs are booing. Oh, well, hey, let's get inside the Cubs fans' heads. And I personally love the entertainment here. That is great stuff. That'll bring up Jackson Merrill, who's 1 for 2. 1 for 2. Batting .286, OPS of .904 in the series. I'm doing all right, Scott. How are you doing? That's a grounder to short. Swanson steps on second, throws to first. He got him. Double play. Swanson, what a game defensively. Oh, man, it's just Dansby Swanson versus the Padres today. Manny Machado almost took him out as well. I don't know if Swanson was looking for that or not. But we head to the bottom of the sixth. The Cubs still lead 2-0 over the Padres. You're good, Chris. To be honest, it went over my head, folks. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. Again, it's a growing channel. So make sure to do so. But, yeah, this is what I do. I call games. So, again, folks, if you like baseball, if you like football, pretty much that's what I do on the channel. So, yeah, definitely like and subscribe. And if for some reason that's not enough, I will say I do a little bit of the March Madness tournament as well. But if that's really your deal breaker, then I guess you're probably not going to subscribe, because I don't know who in the world, like, yeah, you need to call March Madness for me to subscribe to your channel. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, that's what I do. Again, I call NFL and baseball. Of course, I'm a Steelers fan, so I will cover every Steelers game, but I do also cover other games on the channel. Like tonight, again, if you aren't interested in the AL game, I can interest you in some football. So yeah, definitely, again, subscribe though. I got a lot of content here. Sometimes we even do 2 streams a day, which, like today, delay doubleheader. So. But anyway, yeah, so we do have a new pitcher for the Padres. It's going to be Robert Suarez. Now, for the postseason, so far so good. Has appeared in 1 game. Has allowed, was it 1 hit? I don't know. His whip is a .75. It's either a hit or a walk. So, pretty good. In the regular season, he was 4-6 with a 2.97 ERA. So, again, a pretty solid pitcher. Seiya Suzuki will be due up. He is 1 for 2 today for the series, batting .333, OPS of 1222. Of course, one of his hits is a home run. 2K by the end of the month. I would love that. I don't think that happens, Kenneth. I would have to pop off. You guys can help with that, though. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do it. The one guy I respect for New York is Carlos Stanton. Dude is a beast. Oh, Carlos. Yeah, Carlos. I was like, who? Carlos. Yeah, I remember Carlos. His name's Carlos at one point. I guess it still is. Yeah, no, he's pretty good. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Cubs fan here, salute, respect, and good luck. Well, hey, I don't have a dog in the fight, man. I'm a Pirates fan. But I appreciate you, Lou. Thank you for checking on in. Suarez rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up, and that is going out of play. So very quickly, 0-2 to Seiya Suzuki. Again, we're in the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs leading 2-0 over the Padres. If you're a Padres fan. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, talking to the Padres fan. For me, I am, I'm definitely not. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to be low, and it's 1-2. Does he always play for the Yankees? No, he's with the Marlins. Carlos Stanton. It's with the Marlins to start his career. I think then he was traded. I don't think there was another team in there. 1-2 count to Seiya Suzuki. As Suarez delivers, that's going to be yanked to right, and that's going foul. One and two count. And they're discussing how long do you allow Suarez to pitch? I mean, it's now or never. I would say let him pitch. I mean, again, even if the Padres do win, you still have a few days of rest. And you don't have to use him Saturday. 1-2 count. Suarez fires. That is in the dirt. And it's 2-2. Of course, if he's struggling, then you yank him anyway. The count is 2-2 to Seiya Suzuki as Suarez sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be popped up to center. And that will be caught by Merrill. Didn't really have to move for out number 1. One away for the Cubs. That'll bring up Carson Kelly, who's 1 for 1 in this one. So far, he is 2 for 6 in the postseason, or in the series. Batting .333, OPS of 1333. He has a homer and an RBI, of course. Suarez will set, kicks, and deals. That's going to be cut on and hit to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Tatis is there to flick it in, and the Cubs have a 1-out single. All right, 1 out, 1 man on. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, who's 1 for 8. He's 1 for 2 today. Got his first hit today of the series. Again, it's been a rough series. Nothing against the Padres, even though I was a Cub fan in '84, but been a Brewer fan since I won a propane fish boiler in '01, but I'd rather play the Cubs because they're division rivals. Yeah, I feel like the Brewers feel the same way. Brewers fans, even though they don't like the Cubs, they definitely want to see that, as that's going to be outside for ball one. So yeah, I think the Brewers fans kind of are approaching it for both sides. Yeah, we don't want to see them because they're the Cubs, blah, blah, blah. Forget them. And then, oh, well, we kind of want to play them and beat them in the playoffs. That would be kind of a thing. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be popped up, and that is going to go foul. So 1-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong. Again, a runner on at first with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Suarez will come to a set. Kicks and deals. Cut on and hit to left, and that will go out of play. So once again, 1-2. The winner of both games have scored 3 runs. That seems to be the magic number, and it's trending to be that as well. Again, low-scoring affair here in the sixth. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is high. Crow Armstrong has been chasing that pretty much the entire series to not there. Again, it's 2-2. 2-2 is the count to PCA. Suarez sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 3-2. Cubs fans are getting loud. They are rising, swinging those towels where they ripped off the Steelers most likely. 3-2, Suarez sets and fires. Cut on and hit. And he'll see another as that's going foul. That was cool. I don't know what was cool, but you're welcome. Count is 3-2. Suarez sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Tatis is there. Is going to throw it in, and I believe it's just going to be runners on first and second. Didn't want to test it. Tatis does have an arm, so that probably was the wise choice for Kelly to stay at second. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's been a hero tonight defensively. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. 2 for 7 in the series, batting .286, OPS of .661. Suarez in a little bit of trouble. I have to imagine they're warming up somebody. I mean, this would be a shock if they're not, because he pitched yesterday. Doesn't seem to be on it today. One more hit, I would yank him. As Suarez delivers. That is high and in, and it's 1-0 to Dansby Swanson. First and second, one out. Bottom of the sixth. Suarez comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That's going to be chopped off his foot. It's 1-1. Cubs this series 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Again, it's pretty much the same thing over there for the Padres. Just no one wants to score. No one wants to score when they get runners in those very key positions on the base paths. 1-1. Suarez sets. Looks back at second, kicks and deals, swing and a miss. 91 on the changeup. That was in the dirt. It looks good. In reality, it was not, and it's 1-2. Swanson career versus Suarez is 1 for 3. His one hit, though, was a home run. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Same pitch. 92 on the changeup, and it was low in the dirt. So now there's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Matt Shaw. Again, he's looking for his first hit of the series. 0 for 2 today. 0 for 6 in the series. His first hit could be a big hit, because, again, there's 2 men on. with 2 outs. Suarez fires, and that's going to be outside, and it's 1-0. Robert wants Bush up. Just one more batter, and then Michael Bush would be up. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 99 on the outside corner. Cubs fans didn't like the call. And it was in the strike zone. That is a reality that happened. 1-1 count to Shaw. Suarez sets, looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is outside, and it's 2-1. .21 pitches for Suarez, 2-1 counts. The 2-1, that is inside, and it's 3-1. 100 in on the at the hands, pretty much. Cubs fans, again, they're getting loud. They've been pretty much loud the entire day. 3-1. Suarez sets and fires. Cut on and fouled back. The count is full. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Cubs leading 2-0, looking for some insurance, looking for some more runs. And Shaw's looking for his first hit of the series. A lot of things, looking at things right now. 3-2 count. Suarez looking and firing. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Suarez keeping it 2-0 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. The Cubs lead 2-0 over the Padres, the Fathers, whatever. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Again, this is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like MLB, if you like NFL, college football, definitely hit that like button because it helps small channels like mine. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Again, this is what I do. So, yeah, if you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. Because, again, we are a growing channel. Thanks for reading your comment. Oh, yeah, you're good. I don't see your comment, though. Your comment's gone. Oh, that was cool. Oh, I got you. Oh, I tried. Yeah, that's another thing. I try to read as many comments as I can, and that's one of the advantages that I have. You know, the chat, usually not busy. It's not really a busy chat, so I really do try to read your guys' comments. They are obviously not happy. Fathers. I've heard a lot of people call the Padres the Fathers, so I kind of stole that from the chat. Not in this one, but in the past. Summer person or a fall? I love the fall. But, yeah, I really do try to read the comments, folks. So, yeah, feel free to chat and comment down below. Starting this, again, really doing this since March, talked to a lot of sports fans. And, obviously, yeah, I love the Pirates. I love the Steelers. But, you know, I do invite every team to really subscribe. We did start accepting Cowboys subscribers 3 months ago with football season, so I went ahead and, it's fine. Of course, I have no control of that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to talk with a lot of sports fans. Obviously, there's crazy ones, and, I really get them out of here because that's not really the vibe I want. Just, chill. I will get a little crazy, obviously, calling a game, but for the most part, no. See, Brandon, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Brandon. We're not going to do that, Brandon. But, yeah. Again, I appreciate you guys. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play. Again, this is what I do. I do call games, and hopefully you guys like it. I try to imitate that traditional radio-style broadcast. Is it the best? No. Is my voice nasally? Yeah. But hopefully you like it anyway. All right, this is Xander Bogaerts as he faces Palencias. That's going to be a foul tip off his ankle, and Bogaerts is down. Bogaerts is 0 for 2 today. He's 3 for 10 in the series with an RBI. Looks like he's going to be okay. That was actually off his foot. Padres need offense. They do, Brianda, they do. They definitely need something now. They only have 9 more outs. Potentially for their season, not just in the game, but, they don't get it done. This is over. Love it. Yeah, no, I try. This guy, Brianna, not too loud. Padres offense is offensive to the sensibility. Yeah, no, they are very offensive today. Again, they're really offensive whenever they get runners in scoring position. They can't seem to knock anybody in. 0-1 count. Palencia sets, rocks, and fires. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Go Padres fans from Arizona. Okay. I have a few Arizona people on here. They like the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals, though. 0-2 count. Palencia sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-2. Cubs fans didn't like the call. Again, that was way outside. Friendly reminder that just because the pitcher does throw it and the catcher catches it doesn't make it a strike. So keep that in mind if you ever go to the game. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit. That's what the Padres need. As, again, this is a leadoff single. The Padres, it's now or never. Palencia has been in for a little bit now. Yep, there's Counsell. He's going to yank him. I was just thinking Palencia's been in this for a little bit. So Counsell's going to yank him. Pitching change here in Chicago. New pitcher will be Drew Pomerantz. And, of course, he's getting a standing ovation. He pitched very well. Palencia is really good, folks. If you don't know him, well, he's good. Drew Pomerantz has only appeared once so far in the series, which is, I guess, kind of normal. In the regular season, a 2.17 ERA, whip of a 1.07, so pretty solid this year. Looking to continue that here tonight. Let's see. Again, we still have yeah, okay. So Hearn will be up. Let's see here. What do you have? What do you have on in this game? Scott, I'm not following there. And I'm Dr. Love. I don't know about all that. Dr. Love, that's a first. And hopefully that's a last. Hopefully that is a last. Dr. Love, yeah, I don't know about that one. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. We are in a pitching change right now, so just bear with me, folks. I promise if you go to another streamer, he won't be calling the game because there's literally a pitching change. But that's okay if you do. I mean, it is what it is. You'll just have to take my word for it. Again, O'Hearn coming to the plate. He's 2 for 8. I believe he's 1 for 2, if my memory serves correct. It's probably not. Yeah, he is 1 for 2. And again, there's a runner on at first, and that is Bogaerts. Bogaerts has a really good series. Really good series. So we're returning to Chicago again. It's a runner on first, nobody out in the top of the 7th. The Padres, technically, the game-tying run is at the plate. Not saying he's going to tie it up, just saying that's a possibility. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Showing Pomerantz's stats again, a 2.17 ERA, strikeout rate of 28%. That is well above the average. Here's the pitch. That is going to be in there at the knees for a called strike. 93 on the gun. 0-1 to Ryan O'Hearn. Pomerantz kicks and deals. Check this swing. That is... He did not go. He did not go. 1-1 is the count. Counsell won a World Series with the Diamondbacks. Been known to make mistakes, but who hasn't? Yeah, everyone does. MLB managers make a lot of mistakes for sure. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a foul tip. And it's 1-2. To be honest, I don't really know much about Counsell, the player. I remember him playing for the Brewers. You know, that's the only team I remember him on. You know, didn't really watch too much baseball when I was younger. 1-2 count. Pomerantz sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, and it's 2-2. Magic Man, 160 viewers and only 37 likes. That doesn't math right. Smash the like and subscribe. It's fast, easy, and free. Yes, free to do. Thank you, Magic Man, for that shout out. Appreciate you, man. Here's the 2-2. That is almost took his head off. It did not, though, and it's 3-2. Fastball just coming in, and O'Hearn's like, yeah, I think I'm going to need some time. Oh, my goodness. Pomerantz. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but definitely causing a hurt. Like number 3. Thank you, Michael. We're moving on up now. 3-2 count. Again, a runner on first, nobody out. The Cubs fans going to get a little bit loud here. O'Hearn stepping back in the box. Again, it's a 3-2 count. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Pomerantz sets. Rocks and fires. O'Hearn sends this to center. PCA is under it, though, and will make the catch. It's going to throw it in. That'll keep Bogarts at first. All right, that'll bring up, well, that won't be bringing up Gavin Sheets. This is Jose Iglesias. It's replacing O'Hearn. Or no, is that replacing Sheets, pardon me. Gavin Sheets. He's 0 for 1 of the series. Pitching coach going to have a little chat here with Pomerantz. Again, this is an opportunity. The Padres have had runners on today. Not many, but they just haven't been able to push them through. Of course, they haven't had too many in scoring position, but when they have, again, they've just been falling short. Showing the bracket here again, Dodgers obviously sweeping the Reds. Winner of this game heads to Milwaukee on Saturday. So, again, that's going to be a very good series. Just probably like this one, again, a very good pretty much everybody that's left here in the NL, I think, can easily win it. I'm sure most of you guys would agree with that. 5 really good teams in the NL. Pomerantz sets, kicks, and deals. That is low in the dirt for ball 1. 95 on the fastball. 1-0 to Iglesias. Only 3 homers in the regular season. 2 of them, though, coming in the last week of play. Showing bunt, pulls back, throws to second, and Bogarts is safe. Throw was a little bit high. That pitch was right down the middle. Kelly can't believe it. Going to try to replay this. Was he out? Oh, that's close. That is actually closer than it initially looked. Oh, man, this is actually really close. They're going to challenge it. Oh, this would be a huge blow to the Padres if it's called out. It's a 50-50 call, folks, based on the angles. I'm leaning that he's safe. I'm leaning that he's safe, but I could be wrong here. This is a deciding. I think that angle's pretty good. I think it shows his hand is on the bag. But, man, I don't know if there's anyone watching the game. Let me know what you think as well. Is he safe or out? I think he's safe, but I wouldn't be mad if he's out. I mean, I think it's either or. Let's go Pirates, Phillies West. He's pulling for the Cubs. Rising Rhino, how's it going? Good to see ya. Folks, again, check out Rising Rhino. Click on that guy's name right now and subscribe. If you love football, that's what he does. He calls games for the NFL and Canadian League, the UFL, some college football as well. So definitely like and subscribe. A tires commercial. Okay. The runner is safe. Yeah, I that could have went either way. I don't think that would have. Either way, I wouldn't have been mad. Rhino, yeah, cheer. No, yeah, Rhino's a legend. Do you think Darvish? He is done for the day. Football Clips. I'm very sorry, but he is not playing anymore. I don't know if you're familiar with soccer, but it's pretty much once you take somebody out, they're done for the day. It's not the NFL where, hey, you can come in and out. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the inside corner, and it's a 1-2. 1-2 count to Jose Iglesias. Runner on second, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Iglesias cuts on and fouls this one back, so he'll see another. Jose Iglesias in his career versus Pomerantz, 3 for 8, and does have a home run. Again, not really a power hitter, but, you know. You never know. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit. And, oh, it's caught by Horner. Horner throws to second, but Bogaerts is back. What a play by Nico Horner, using all, 5-10 of him to reach up and make the catch. Again, it just feels like the baseball gods are with the Cubs. And they have abandoned the Padres. Unbelievable. And that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth. Iglesias just couldn't believe it, rolling his eyes. Luckily, Bogaerts was being very patient. Cronenworth again looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 9, 0 for 2 today. Pomerantz awaits Cronenworth. He steps in the box. Pomerantz sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. That is upstairs, and it's 1-0. Hopefully the Brewers get some benefit for a few days off because they've been a 500 team. Yeah, they actually, I don't know about early August. I would say September they kind of chilled out a little bit. But, yeah, they definitely have been a little bit cool. Here's the 1-0, and Cronenworth sends this to center. PCA moseying on over there and makes the catch for out number 3. The Padres again failed to push anyone across. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score is 2-0. Cubs over the Padres. Man, again, it is brutal to be a Padres fan tonight. Rising Rhino didn't even hit the like button. Really? Rising Rhino doesn't hit the like button. Okay, all right. Well, I'll have a little chat with him later. Have a little chat with Rising Rhino about not liking it up. What a huge thank you. Swing at the like button. Yeah, you definitely want to. Hell, I hate Cleveland. At least I have Thursday night. Yeah, for sure. I told you. Again, just, you should have been happy that you made it, but you rose expectations for no reason. I told you. Don't do it. The Ohio teams should have had the mindset. The Reds fans had that mindset of, oh, we're happy to be here. If we win a game, that's awesome. For some reason, Indians fans deluded themselves that they could go more. And I'm like, really? I understand the Tigers were kind of flailing and failing, but usually the better team does, they'll appear. They will definitely make themselves heard in the postseason. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. It is a growing channel. And, definitely like and subscribe. If you like sports, you're pressing that like button, and you're subscribing. Apparently, there's only 49 people that have liked, so apparently there's a lot of imposters here, people that don't like sports that are in the channel today. So, yeah, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play because, this is what I do. So, again, if you like baseball, football, you're subscribing. If you need me to call a game, or if you need somebody to call a game, and let's just say, again, your wife is making you do some laundry, you need to wash the dishes. I'm not going to wash those dishes for you. I'm not going to sweep the floor. I'm not going to do all that for you. But I can call the game for you. So make sure, again, to like and subscribe because this is what I do. Let's see here. 6 more. That's nice. Rhino, how are you doing tonight? FSU, I'm not doing that. That part was horrible. You can't say that. Oh, yeah, Rhino broke it. Yeah, he's not up. Anyway, we are back here in Chicago. Michael Busch will be leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3 for 9 in the series. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Robert Suarez, by the way, still in the game. Busch is 2 for 3 in this one, as Suarez will come to a set. Kicks and deals. That is outside, and it's 1-1. I'd like to see the Padres tie this game and go up at least. No. What? That's multiple people have said that now. I don't know why. 1-1 counts. Suarez sets, kicks, and deals. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Strike on areas, 3 balls off the plate. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know. No delay in the rise for this guy. Yep, but we're rising. It's a growing channel, folks. Be a part of that growth and subscribe today. It's free. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is outside. And it's 2-2. Robert, a big fan of Michael Busch. Big fan. Adrian Morjon is warming up in the bullpen. He's pretty good. Here's the 2-2. Busch hits this to right. Tatis at the wall. That one is gone. A solo shot to right center. Michael Busch with his first home run of the series. And the Cubs lead by a field goal. It's 3-0. Oh, man. Well, that may have... Again, the winner of every single game this series has scored 3. So that is unfortunate. Yu Darvish has, or he had. He only has 1. So yeah, he's done by the way. So he's not coming in anymore. That's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Nico Hoerner. He's 3 for 10 in the series. And that's going to be hit to center, left center. And that one is off the ivy. Merrill gets it, throws it into second. Hoerner is in at second with a double. And the Cubs may not be done. They were showing a replay of the home run, and then they cut back to it. The ball's in flight, and it's off the ivy again. Hoerner, his first hit of the day. Hoerner almost took this one out of here. Attaboy. Everyone needs to hear the show. Oh, yeah, it's a good show. Rising Rhino stomping his foot and charging at the like button. Oh, yeah, that's what he does. If he were to actually do that in real life, then I would have some concerns. Would definitely have some concerns if a human were to do that. Looks like Suarez is going to be yanked here. All right, so we'll see what happens here. Adrian Morjon coming in to replace Suarez. I'll get you the stats whenever I can, folks. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. Again, it's a growing channel. Be a part of the growth today and subscribe. Again, if you like baseball, football, you're subscribing to the channel because many of your fellow sports fans have already done so already. Again, we're just waiting on the stats. Apparently, they don't want to give us the stats. There we go. Okay, Morjon is coming in. It's been pretty good. Did appear... Has he appeared in both games already? He's 1-0, an ERA of 0, whip of a .60. In the regular season, 13-6 with a 2.08 ERA, whip of a .90. So that is the new pitcher for the Padres as he attempts to keep Nico Hoerner from crossing home plate, trying to keep it a 3-0 game to give the Padres a chance. They're going to have to score at least 3 runs in the next 6 outs. Rhino saving his voice for the game tonight. Well, he doesn't like baseball anyway. I don't think he would call a baseball game. You have to pay him some serious money to do so. He is a football guy, though. Again, if you guys are football guys, definitely like and subscribe to Rising Rhino. All right, again, Morjon coming in. Again, a 2.08 ERA in the regular season. It's going to face Ian Happ, who just got his first hit of the series today. It's 1 for 11 in the series, though. 0.91 average. Morjon comes to a set, looks back at second. And a pickoff attempt. Cubs fans don't like it. Got a home run ball on my shelf from a Busch homer earlier this. Oh, that's pretty cool. He caught it Wrigley. That's neat. That is so neat. Who scored for us? I have no idea. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a bunt. It is down. Fermin has it. Throws to first for out number 1. Give me a sec. RC, who has scored for the Cubs. Busch. Well, Busch just hit the home run. And Tucker and Suzuki have come across to score as well. All right, that's going to bring up Kyle Tucker, who's 2 for 3. He's batting .300. OPS of .600. 3 for 10 of the series. Michael, go Cubs. Go Nightbot. Cheering on Nightbot. There we go. What's this baseball thing? I don't know. Some game. All right, again, Tucker coming up to the plate. He did ask for time, or he just stepped down, or just now stepping in. So lefty on lefty, runner on third, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Morjon sets, kicks, and deals. That is upstairs. And it's 1-0. You'll pay Rhino $79 million to call a baseball game. Wow. Speaking of paying people the money to cover things. Yeah, puppy bowl. Yeah. 1-0 count. Morjon sets, kicks, and deals. That is a chopper, and that's going foul. 99 on the sinker. Should I maybe start celebrating right now? You definitely should not celebrate. Definitely do not. 1-1 count. Morjon leans in. Comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. And it's 2-1. Fermin was shaking his head. Yeah, you definitely don't want to celebrate now. It's like Cowboys fans putting a cowboy tattoo and saying Super Bowl 50 champ, Super Bowl 51 champ, Super Bowl 52. Here's the 2-1. Grounder to first. He's going to throw to the plate. He is out. Hoarder thrown out at the plate, trying to make this a 4-0 game. Tucker, though, does get on it first, though, to the fielder's choice. Man, he might have been safe there. He may have been safe. No, he's out. He's out. Should be out. They are going to challenge this, by the way. Sean, how's it going? Hello. Yeah, good to see you. How's every little thing? Everything. Every little thing. I mean, it's some stuff's good, some stuff's bad. Typical. Celebrate good times. Oh yeah, definitely do that. People have a waterbed. Rising Rhino sleeps on a bed made of footballs. Football bed. There we go. Francine, Cool and the gang. What? I have no idea. So they're checking this out again. It's a replay. The Cubs challenged. I think it's going to be out. But, I mean, again, it's another one of those things where it's close. And I want to say he's out. I do. I just don't know. That looks pretty safe. Yeah, I don't know. Again, there's different looks that are saying different things. So the Mandela effect is in full effect here at Wrigley, I guess. I don't know. But because one angle says out, the other angle says safe. I don't know how in the world that even makes any sense. But it is what it is. I think it's one of those things where they go with the call in the field. Again, the call in the field was out, but... It's just interesting. I don't know. Fermin really could have just had an easy out, to be honest. I think he made it more complicated than he needed to. Yeah, he's out. Okay, again, it was one of those things where it was just either way. I mean, I think whatever the call in the field was originally, that's what the call would have been. Sean going with the Padres. Today is the 76th anniversary of Peanuts cartoon of Charlie Brown. Oh, really? That's interesting. I thought it had it. 79 million. If I had 79 million, yeah, I don't know. I don't think a lot of things would be different. I can tell you that with my life for sure. All right, Morhone sets and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Seiya Suzuki, who's 3 for 10 with the homer in the series. Today's 1 for 3 with a double. 0-1 count to Suzuki as Morhone sets, kicks, and deals. That's in there for a called strike. And it's 0-2. It's hoping to have a little bit of a break in between this and the other stream, but maybe not. Might be this one ends and we're hopping on over to Thursday Night Football. That'd be great. 0-2 count. Morhone sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We head to the top of the 8th. The Cubs adding 1. It's now 3-0. Cubs over the Padres. If I had $79 million, I'd probably buy a few NFL refs. This guy, they don't come cheap. I imagine they don't. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. That like button, very precious and very helpful to small channels like mine. Again, we are a growing channel, folks, so definitely like and subscribe. Has Manny struck out today? I can't remember. Let's look. This thing doesn't want to work here. Manny Machado has not struck out. He's walked, though. But yeah, folks, again, if you are a baseball fan, football fan, definitely like and subscribe for more play-by-play. Again, this is what I do. I call games. So, yeah, again, if you're at work or you just can't watch the game, I got you covered. This is what I do. Again, I might be covering a game that you may need some coverage on or some information on. So, yeah, definitely like it up and subscribe it up. It is free to do so, folks. I promise. It is completely free. We got 56 likes. Yeah, it's not too bad. Sub it up so we can hear how great Aaron Rodgers is. Rodgers is great. He's really good. Pretty solid. You know, if you like QBR and if you like PFF, that's the equivalent to TikTok brain rot. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. It's just what it is. It's brain rot. It's all the analytics that have ruined the game of football and baseball, soccer, basketball. You're on the side of the nerds. I thought I'd be on the side of the analytics, but no, not anymore. No, it's ruined. It's ruined a lot of things. Anyway, we're going to move on to the top of the 8th here. Freddie Fermin at the plate. He's 3 for 9 in the series. He's 1 for 2 today. Freddie Fermin, the son of former Indians middle infielder Felix Fermin. Yeah, that's a good question. We can check it right here. No, I'm not seeing anything on it. All right, again, Fermin at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. We do have a new pitcher on the mound. I believe it's Brad Keller. Had a 2.07 ERA this year's. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 97 on the sinker. 0-2 count. Who are you liking, the Yankees, Red Sox? Going with the Yankees. That's going to be low, and it's 1-2 to Freddie Fermin. I just said Rodgers will sub it up nevertheless. Hey, he looks good. Do you believe in Rodgers? Because I know you do. Oh, yeah. You have to. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside, and it's 2-2. Just got an ad for LED lights, completely interrupted and without warning. I'm very sorry. 2-2 counts. Keller kicks and deals. That's going to be caught on and fouled back. I don't control what ads you guys see. That is all on your end. But maybe it's telling you need some LED lights, or maybe you were complaining about some LED lights. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it has. Anyway, here is the 2-2. Fermin hits this to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Again, the Padres, this is what they need. They had a leadoff runner in the 7th. It's time to get it going, especially for this guy. This is Fernando Tatis Jr. He has struggled. He's 1 for 11 in the series, batting .091, OPS of .258. If you believe in gravity, what in the world? That's going to be low for ball one. That the world isn't flat and the Sasquatch is the hide-and-seek champion. Like and sub it up. Even if you don't believe in gravity and the world is flat, I accept a lot of ideas. I will turn some down, though, as that's going to be a swing and a miss. It's 1-1, like QBR. I'm anti-QBR for sure. 1-1 count here to Tatis. Runner on first, nobody out. Keller sets, kicks, and deals. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Let's go, Tatis. Do it like your father did? Yeah, no, he needs something. The Cubs fans are getting loud. It's a 1-2 count to Tatis. Keller fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tatis. If that's his last at-bat for the series, it was a series to forget for Tatis. And that'll bring up Luis Arias. He's batting .200 in the series. Today he's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's going to be way inside. Almost hit him in the knee. Anti-QBR, yep. Oh, yeah. Rhino just finds baseball boring. It happens. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be inside. Almost hit Arias again. The ball gets away. So he's going to go in it for me. It's going to take second. So Keller, I don't know if he's intentionally trying to hit Arias, but twice now, Arias has been thrown at. That one made Arias kind of fall down. And again, the ball, it was a wild pitch. Oh, it hit the umpire in the shin. Oh, jeez. Hopefully he has padding over there. That's got to... I mean, if he doesn't, he just took it like a champ. I can tell you my shin would definitely... I would probably be crying. Tatis is a major disappointment. So, yeah, in this series, he has been. I don't know what happened to him, but he has been he's been non-existent pretty much. So there's a mound visit, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on. Just checking out Keller. Hey, you're good? You mean you not like Arias? You wild right now? Like, what's going on? But yeah, it's a 2-0 count to Arias. And there's a runner on at second with one out. The Padres down to their last five outs, so they need to get something going. Sorry about the voice there. It'll do that sometimes. 2-0 count. Keller kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 3. So 3-0 count to Arias. You call yourself the $79 million man. You should. Keller sets on the 3-0 and fires, taking all the way. That is in there for a called strike. I'm honored that the bots are here. That usually means that I am doing well. But you can go away. Folks, if you do want to go ahead and click on the virus, go ahead. I won't stop you. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And it's 3-2. 3-2 count. Runner on second, one out here in the top of the 8th. Keller sets, rocks and fires. Chopper to short. Swanson has it, throws to first, gets him by a step. Arias just keeps hitting the ball to Swanson, and he keeps getting out by a step every time. That is now 2 outs, and that'll bring up Manny Machado, who, again, only 1 hit in the series, and he's getting booed. He's 1 for 9, has a homer and 2 RBIs. He's batting .111, OPS of .717. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Machado's 0 for 2 with the walk today. Barely have $79. I totally feel you there. I totally feel you there. It is rough out there, folks. We're all in this together. 1-0 count. Keller sets, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Trying to hold up, he could not. A slider in the dirt. 1-1. Keller sets, rocks and fires. That's in there for a called strike. Because that's a more consistent offense to hit to spear. Yeah, no, the Brewers will. The Brewers are good. Bots here. No, that's not the reason they're here. I was getting bots way before ads. 1-2 count. Keller sets and fires. Grounder to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs may just be an inning away from heading to Milwaukee. It's over. Yep. Hello, Cubs will win. Probably it's trending that way, Brantley. Again, appreciate you for stepping on in, hanging out, clicking on the live stream, doing all that stuff. Folks, again, if you haven't done so, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely helps out small channels like mine as we are growing. We are still a small channel, but we're growing in March. So 7 months ago, we were at 30 subs. Now we're over 1,200. Again, we are a growing channel, so feel free to hit that like button and subscribe because it is free. So again, if you need a guy to call some games for you, if you don't have the channel or you're at work or your illegal stream crashes, I got you. I got you covered for a lot of things, baseball and football. Really, that's actually what I do. But yeah, MLB, NFL, and of course college football. So make sure to like and subscribe. Again, it's a growing channel, so you may as well hop on the train now because you'll definitely do it later. But right now, it's not as crowded. I got a lot of regulars, so I do. Denny, Sean, RC, Rhino, Trisk. I mean, those guys are always here. I just have a lot. George is always here. Christopher, he checks in a good bit. So I really do appreciate you guys for hanging on out. Grandman, I don't know what he's doing. Feel really good, yeah. If you're a Cubs fan, you should. Brantley Red, former, I don't think so. Glad to see I could pass my Pirates curse on the Padres. Yeah, well, a lot of people think I'm a Padres fan, and a lot of people just assume that I'm a Padres during the series. Like, I am not a Padres fan. Will the White Sox ever be good again? Oh, yeah, for sure. You did all right on the last call, not too shabby. I did okay. I don't think I'm the greatest, but yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby. That's a good one. I would say I'm not too shabby. But yeah, again, if you do like what you hear, folks, definitely like and subscribe because, again, this is what I do. Just an imitation of what I hear on the radio or television. It's Pete Crow Armstrong up. I thought it was Carson Kelly. Kelly is up. Okay, we do have a new pitcher, by the way. We'll try to get to him real quick. It's going to be David Morgan. And Carson Kelly is at the plate. Morgan with a 2.66 ERA in the regular season. Here's the pitch. That's chopped foul. So it's 0-1. Carson Kelly is 2 for 2 today. He's batting .429 in the series. OPS of 1413. If you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. Yes, sir. 0-1 count. Morgan sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be chopped foul. And it's very quickly 0-2. The P stands for Paul. Paul. I'm lost there. I have no idea who Paul is. 0-2 count to Carson Kelly. Cubs just looking for some more insurance because the Padres will have 3 outs to score 3 runs to have a chance. If not, it is over. 0-2 count. Morgan sets, rocks, and fires. That is a breaking ball in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Sean Morhone just looks depressed. Got a pat on the back. Padres dugout is all thumbs down right now. Yeah, if you want a virus, there you go. As that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong, who's 2 for 3 on the day. Hide user. Yep, Pete Crow Armstrong is 2 for 3 on the day. 2 for 9 in the series. He's had a pretty good day. Logan Paul, Chris Paul, not really a fan of the Pauls. Chris Paul's not too bad. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. 100 on the radar gun. And it's 0-1. Oh, I like the boxer one's good. The boxer Paul is much. He's seems like a decent guy. The other one, not so much. 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Tatisa's there to throw it in. Might be Tatisa's last action of the season. Again, it's been a rough series for him. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. Again, he's had a great game defensively at the plate tonight. He's 0 for 2 at the walk. For the series, 2 for 8 with an RBI. Hit the scoreboard. I don't think he got it quite there. Pickoff attempt, and he is back safe and sound. RC loves it. You know what you call Chris Paul? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Did Sean also go to college with Chris Paul? That's pretty neat, though. Morgan sets, kicks, and deals. That's a swing and a miss. 98 on the radar gun, and it's 0-1. Hey, the doctor not here for the game, just here to support you. Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you very much. Brewers fans, again, a lot of Brewers fans on the channel. And again, I'll be trying to cover pretty much as many Brewers playoff games as I can. Of course, I'll be covering other playoff games. But yes, the winner of this series will take on the Brewers, as that's going to be inside. Throw to second. He is safe. PCA takes second with ease. It's going to be 1-1. But yes, folks, again, I'll be doing more than just this game. I assure you're not going to sub, and then I'm just going to go away. Like, haha, I got your sub. I'm out of here. That is not a reality that is going to happen. Cor Armstrong taking second. Showing the replay here. It's actually a little bit closer there on the replay. Oh, wow. What a... Does he stay on the bag? Yeah, no, he kind of got there, but then I don't know if he comes off. I don't know if the Padres are going to challenge this. They are, yeah. So he beat the throw initially, but the question is, did he stay on the bag? Anything can happen at Wrigley. Oh, I believe it. He was in your class? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Let's see here again. He does beat the throw. I don't think that's the issue. But the problem is, did any of his body come off? Oh, he's out. He did not stay on the bag. This is going to be out. It feels like, all the challenges have pretty much been against the Cubs. But, yeah, I mean, these little plays here, seemingly so. Yeah, no, I think this is going to be an out because he came off the bag. He went to high school with 2 future NBA players as well, but they were just journeymen in the league. Yeah, that's still pretty cool, though. The Yankees win, then the Brewers play at 1-ish from what I hear. Oh, so I'm pulling for the Yankees even more now, because there is a college game that I want to cover, and I've had a lot of success with that school, or at least it's just the one game, but I think I can double down. A lot of that school subscribe to the channel. Yes, he's out. He came up off the bag. Pete Armstrong can't believe it, but no, he got there. That's not the problem. He got there first. He beat the throw, but he came off the bag. So for me, I mean, his throw didn't beat him there, but the Cubs fans can't believe it. But no, he came off the bag, folks. Tatis, what a... I mean, it's definitely a rough series, Abraham, for sure. You're not smart enough. Oh, come on. Yeah. Scores are scores. Grades are grades. All right, it's a 1-1 count to Swanson. Again, he's 0 for 2. So, yes, there are 2 outs now. Nobody on. Morgan sets. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. The Cubs fans chanting something they shouldn't be. 2-1 people. Yeah, no, it's a good night. Again, appreciate you guys. 1-2 count. Morgan sets. rocks and fires. That's in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Cubs fans chanting really loud. It is a grown-up word, folks. What game is that? Pretty much Wyoming. Wyoming, I got a lot of Wyoming support when I called their game. A lot of it. Kind of like equals like the Brewers support in a way, and that was really cool. So that was pretty neat. 2-2 count. Morgan kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Again, the Cubs fans not happy, but they are kind of happy now because they are just 3 outs away. If everything holds up, they'll be moving on to Milwaukee. Top of the ninth. Padres' last 3 outs potentially coming up in about a minute and a half. Cubs fans need to keep a PG. Yeah, they do. They're mad. Disagree with the replay. This guy said the same thing. That'll be cheering for the Yankees. Yeah, no, I definitely want an early game because then I can do both the Brewers and I know it sounds crazy, folks, but man, when I have to do college, I have to be really careful what I pick because obviously you guys probably know that they do a lot of illegal streams for college football. Apparently they do some for baseball. But, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is a growing channel, folks. This really is. So definitely be a part of the growth. And it's free of charge. You will not be charged anything. I promise. There will be no bill sent to you at all. So, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. And, again, if you want more content, I will be doing the Niners and the Rams right after this. Of course, if you want some baseball, I can recommend some people that might be doing that game. I know play-by-play with JJ will be doing the Yankees and the Red Sox. And then I think Thomas Fitzpatrick is also doing Yankees and Red Sox. He's a Red Sox fan. So, again, if you want some baseball people, please check out those channels. And I can, at the end, I'll try to put the link there to their channel. I'll see if there's anyone else that I know that is doing it, but I don't think so. They might be. I don't know. But, all right, yeah, Jackson, Merrill, Bogarts, and O'Hearn will be, the 3 batters due up for the Padres as they look to pretty much keep this thing going. This season might be coming to an end a little bit prematurely. It's a G-rated channel. Oh, yeah, it's a G-rated. Yeah, but obviously you guys can't hear it. We need to cover baseball players in college football. Oh, yeah, I don't know if that can happen. MLB, yeah, no, there's a lot of the viruses trying to get all the clicks. All right, this is Jackson Merrill. He's 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch that is outside for ball 1. Brad Keller is still in the game, by the way, for Chicago. Merrill is 2 for 8 in the series. Here's the 1-0. That is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Merrill scoops this to right. At the IV, and that one is gone. Jackson Merrill leading off the top of the ninth with a solo shot. And San Diego not done yet. At least they're not going to get shut out, folks. His first home run of the series. Well, he did what he needed to do. But the positive for the Cubs is that the bases are still empty. I know some pitchers, they prefer the bases. I mean, most of them, if not all, prefer the bases to be empty. That's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts. He's 4 for 11 in the series. He's 1 for 3 today. That's going to be low for ball 1. Want to watch Thursday? Yeah, for sure. You bowled a 6-10. Oh, geez, man, you are. Jeez, oh, that's really good. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be a check swing. Did he go? That didn't matter. It's a called strike anyway. That one was indeed low, but not a good call by the umpire. Here's the 1-1. That is inside, and it's 2-1. RC doesn't like it. Liestein says, holy cow. Jackson gets one last homer before it's over. Here's the 2-1. That is going to be low. And it's 3-1. Toonami gave up on the 3.5. RC wants this guy out of here. They are warming up too. It's Kittredge and Boyd. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is going to be on the outside. Oh, and it's called a strike. It was a 50-50 call, to be honest. It did indeed catch the zone. And it's 3-2 to Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts having a little chat with the umpire like, hey, are you sure? Are you absolutely positive that was in the zone? The umpire saying, well, I'm not going to change it anyway, whether I agree or disagree. Here's the 3-2. That is low. Oh, he called him strike. Oh, my goodness. That one was well below the zone. And Bogaerts is letting him know about it. Oh, and here comes Schilt. He's mad. Oh, that was well below the zone. He hates the call. They all do. That was definitely not a good call. The Cubs, though, will not mind it. 3-2, pretty low. Bogaerts ready, and again, he just couldn't believe it. He just went ballistic. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. This is Ryan O'Hearn, who's 1 for 3. Again, a blown call strikes out Bogaerts. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. The catcher didn't even frame it, to be honest with you. Did catch the zone. Usually it's not called a strike. It may appear that I'm anti-Cubs here. I'm just telling you what it is. You got to feel bad for the Padres. That's some pretty bad calls here. 0-2 count. To O'Hearn. Keller kicks and deals. That is going to be in the dirt. Surprisingly, it wasn't a strike. They must really want the Cubs Brewers. Oh, they probably do. Michaels just can't believe it. John saying, go Cubbies. Shouldn't have given the up. Yep, here's the 1-2. Oh, and it plunks O'Hearn in the knee. And now he's limping to first. So O'Hearn just took one on the kneecap. I think he's going to be okay. So technically, the tying run is now at the plate. Remove the ump. For robo-ump. Again, I actually don't like the robo-ump idea personally. I'm one of the few people that don't like it. That could have been a ball, but yeah, I'm taking that strike. That's baseball, it is. Oh, yeah, no. Bad calls, it's something. Again, that's exactly why I don't want robo-umps in the game, is because that's something we all can react to. We all get to show our humanity, like, oh, that's such a horrible call. And usually, obviously, Cubs fans are going to love that here, but the 29 other fan base, well, yeah, no, that was a terrible call. We get to unite and hate on that umpire. So that, to me, is why I don't want robo-umps, because those type of reactions that I just had would go away. And I think that would be a travesty if that did. Anyway, there's a mound visit. That's why I'm yapping, folks. That is why I kept going. This is, again, Bryce Johnson. He's 0 for 2 in the series. O'Hearn is still at first. They haven't lifted him. Again, he just took a fastball at the knee, and yeah, he's not coming out. Keep calling again. I try. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. All right, Keller fires. That's going to be a chopper, and that's going foul. 95 on the fastball. Johnson again 0 for 2 in the series. For the season, didn't really, it wasn't at the plate a lot, but batted .342 when he did. So he's looking for his first hit in the series. 0-1 count. Keller sets, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Changeup in the dirt. Couldn't lay off. And it's 0-2. Keller sets, kicks and deals. That is way outside, and it's 1-2. Yeah, appreciate the kind words, Abraham. I think it'd be a fun series with Craig Counsell going against. Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of potential nice storylines. 1-2 counts. Keller sets, rocks and fires. Oh, it's in the dirt and it hit him. That's another hit by pitch. It hit the dirt, then hit Johnson, and the Padres, everyone in the dugout just clapping. You have to imagine, what if, again, the bases were loaded. Again, it would have been a walk, would have been a hit by pitch. Now, you could make the argument, well, they would have probably yanked him. But that is interesting, Because now it's runners on first and second with just one out here in the top of the ninth. They only need 2 more runs. Johnson trying to get out of the way. No, again, he took another ball at the knee. Jeez, And Counsell is going to remove Keller. Keller is done. So what interesting events have happened here in the top of the ninth? Cubs, of course, again, we're up 3-0 in this inning. Then Jackson Merrill comes up and just sends that one to right. That's a solo shot. And then Bogart strikes out on a very, that pitch was low. He was pretty unhappy about that. And then back-to-back hit by pitches. And that's where we're at. We have a pitching change. Andrew Kittredge is coming on. I believe he actually opened up yesterday with the start. 4.50 ERA in the postseason. In the regular season was pretty good, 4-3 with a 3.40 ERA, whip of a .98. So that is your pitcher for the Cubs. And Jake Cronenworth will be at the plate, who is also, again, looking for his first hit. Many people were looking for their first hit in the series today. He's like the last one. I won't be. I'm sorry, Kenneth won't be doing that. I'm actually going to be redirecting to myself for the football game. But again, you guys are free, of course, to leave. You don't have to stay there. But just in case you do want some Thursday night action and don't have Amazon Prime, I will be covering that game right after this. Guess I got here just. Oh yeah, it's getting good. Tatis has his helmet on. He might have a chance here to kind of redeem himself too, because again, we're at the 8th person in the order. So 2 more batters, and Tatis would be there. Again, Kittredge still warming up. Wrigley has a mystique that this is such a great place to play. That was not a strike. Oh, it was not. Brooklyn, you are completely correct. That was it should be bases loaded if everything continued like it has after that. With Bogarts, it should be bases loaded with nobody out, and the Padres would be the ones looking with the advantage. Right now, it's still with the Cubs, of course. Again, there's 1 out, 1 base hit, or 1 ground ball to short or second could make this a double play, but Kittredge sets as he faces Cronenworth. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 1. Again, Cronenworth 0 for 10 in the series, is 0 for 3 today. Your blood pressure is off. Oh, no, it's going to explode. That's not good. A 1-0 count to Cronenworth. Kittredge sets. Kicks and deals. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. And it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. The Padres have already scored 1. Merrill with the leadoff homer in the top of the ninth. Can they keep it going? Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 96. A sinker outside. He liked it. In reality, it was not. It was not good. 1-2 count to Cronenworth again. He has struggled this series. Kittredge sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper to third. Shaw has it's going to throw it. Oh, did he get there? Oh, he's out. Oh, that was close. And Cronenworth, they may take a look at this. I think he may have beaten it out. It's going to be close. They are. They're going to take a look. Oh, this would be huge if he gets on here. They're going to challenge it. Yes, so Shaw had it. He was kind of having to charge inside because it was more towards the shortstop area. What is it here? He is going to be out. Wow. Okay, it was a great play by Shaw. So that's going to put runners at second and third with 2 outs. Freddie Fermin, the season is online. Now, there is an empty base, and what would be kind of interesting, folks, because Fermin has had a great series. As you can see, he's 4 for 10. Fermin is 2 for 3 today. What do you do, folks? Do you walk Fermin and bring up Tatis, who has struggled? He's 0 for 4. Or do you go for the not as great player who is playing very good? That's an interesting decision. Again, there's a free base open. Right now, Fermin is at the plate, though. Runners on second and third. with 2 outs. The camera's on at Council. We'll get to see. We will get to see. Again, if you want to check out the viruses, feel free to check that right now. All right. Looks like they're going to pitch to Fermin. If Fermin gets a base hit in the outfield, it would tie it up. Kittredge sets, kicks, and deals. Fermin sends this to center. Pete Crow Armstrong lollygagging over, and he makes the catch for out number 3. And the Cubs eliminate the Padres. Schilt can't believe it. Wow. The Cubs win 3-1. And the Padres are eliminated. They made the right choice pitching to Fermin. Unbelievable. Council knows better. Or no, he did. It's rigged. I agree. Game will end at 3-2. It was a good game. At least it was an exciting ending. Oh, yeah. It was great. Let's go Yankees. A lot of people pulling for the Yankees. Folks, again, the Cubs have just eliminated the Padres 3-1. First off, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'm going to take a little break because I'm calling another game next, so I'll send you guys there again. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like baseball, if you like football, make sure to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. This is what I do. So, yes, Cubs fans, again, I'll be back, of course, doing the Cubs Brewers. That is something I intend to do a lot. I do all this stuff here behind the scenes. Hopefully it works. Will it? I don't know. There we go. It did. But, again, appreciate you guys. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe before you go. Because, again, I do games. I do baseball. I do football. So, again, if you like those sports, this is what I do. You guys all have a great rest of your night. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. I will be going live with Niners and the Rams. If you do want to hear some Yankees and Red Sox, check out Play-by-Play with JJ. He's going to be going live. He's going live right now. And then you can also check out, if you're a Red Sox fan, you want the Red Sox to win, I believe Thomas Fitzpatrick is also going live. So please check out those channels. Let me actually go ahead and copy and paste them. Here, there's Thomas. And then there's JJ. And then also, if you could, tell them, if you do go there, tell them that the doc sent you. They may like that. They may like that a lot. So, yeah, again, appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to go live in a few minutes for some Thursday Night Football. You guys all enjoy the rest of your night. You guys take care. Peace.